And we are officially live, everybody. Welcome to sorry, I'm adjusting OBS levels because I talked louder right there instead of the entire time we were in this call beforehand. But that's fine because it's the episode 1 of the In Retrospect podcast. So I'm allowed to make mistakes as the lone producer here.
Oh,
Okay, no one wants to give me props. That's fine too. I mean,
listen, it's your world. It's
like
your
it's
world.
cool.
We're just living in it.
Listen,
I was just gonna let you do
I
your thing.
I
I
just,
ain't
you
here
I
to
didn't
know,
want to
argue with you.
interrupt. I didn't want to interrupt, brother.
I can't say shit about this. This is your realm.
it's my
Oh,
realm. Okay.
it's your.
Yeah.
How's everybody doing? How y'all doing?
I think we are all doing all right, especially Alex, considering he was playing Dark Souls 3 up to the minute before we started, basically.
It's slacker.
No, nobody said that.
That's what
Listen,
you're. That's what you're insinuating here.
He was
I
getting
feel
his
like I did
time
good
in.
for 2 hours in.
Yeah, you made it to the village. The roll village, as I call it, because you can just roll
And
into all the enemies there and they kind of like stop their attack.
really?
Oh yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
I didn't know
I
that.
noticed that too.
because there are a bunch of weak old people there. Anyway, before we get into Dark Souls talk, let's try to avoid that as best you can to save it for the I don't know,
Meat and potatoes.
the real part of the show. Cuz
Mm.
right now we're just here to talk about our weeks, what have we played aside from Dark Souls 3 and what's going on.
I think I'll go first. I think I'll go first.
Sure.
Uh, aside from Dark Souls 3, everything I have been playing has been fucking horrible.
It's just
Uh,
ruined you.
so Fortnite is Fortnite. Uh,
Oh,
sweat my ass off. Having to be a top 100 player every time I
have to
hop
be.
on. um, as for Call of Duty, I'm surprised that franchise is still running
You're playing
as of
6.
right now. Yeah, BO6. I am surprised
Did you do the story?
that franchise is still no. I wasn't interested in the story.
What the
I'm gonna
fuck?
be honest with you. I wasn't. I wasn't. I was when has a
Say it.
outside
Ask the question. You stopped
I was
yourself. Ask the question.
I was about to say when has a Call of Duty story ever been good? But there are a handful, like three I can count that have been good.
3 out of what?
So
20?
Well,
three
which
out of
three?
yeah.
That's gonna really determine what we're about to say here.
What?
Well, how many
Why?
you have? How many you have? That out of all the stories, like I mean, like if this was a book, you could read it.
That's a terrible metric for a video game story.
Okay, if this was a
That's
show,
a
you could watch
terrible.
it. If it was
That's
in
also
show,
not a good metric
how?
We
because
have plenty of shows like this.
well that, but also like video games are an interactive media. You can't compare them to a TV show or a book. I gotta like because I gotta look at my OBS. I can't ever look at my camera to like talk at you. So I'll always be looking down, just so everyone's aware. But Feijhan, listen,
Yeah, point it at him.
yeah. Listen. Fuck, cameras are hard that way. Some story, like video game stories, you can't really have them run the same. Like there needs
I
to
would
be
argue
an interaction in some way.
I would agree to disagree on that one
That's not how
because
that's used, but sure.
I can I think maybe that's how that's used. We're gonna let it slide. There are a lot of video game stories that if they were shows or movies, I would binge it.
I don't think
I'm just saying.
that's a high bar, but that's also because a lot of those stories are TV shows and movies, and those are boring. The Last of Us is boring.
The Last of Us,
Yeah? I'm starting
I
this on
haven't watched.
episode 1.
Wow,
Absolutely,
the hot
I'm
takes on
starting it
every.
right now.
We're
The
going
You
last
down this
don't
the
think
rabbit
The
hole
Last
Last
of
of
Us
Us,
already.
plot is game is boring
the game?
and should have just been a TV show from the jump.
What?
Cuz that's all it
You don't like?
is. That's all it
You
ever
don't like the last?
was.
I have to agree.
Like
I have to agree
What?
with that
yeah,
statement.
like well cuz when you make your game a movie or a TV show, what else is there for me? Like it's not interesting anymore. I'm not interacting with anything.
Okay, here's what I'm saying. Not all games, but you're telling me the entire God of War franchise wouldn't make an amazing show.
The entire franchise? No, because the first 3 would be the most frustrating thing to watch ever because it's Kratos screaming like a Super Saiyan but being a dipshit about the entire problem. He kills the entire country of Greece. And then it's like, I'm out, I'm swimming across the ocean, I'm going to the Vikings, I'm gonna fuck a lady, I'm gonna get a kid.
Man, beat the game and rage quit.
He really did. He really did.
Uh, I'll hold this ill, I guess.
There's,
This is,
there's,
this is
there's
my
no
reason
L.
for it.
Not necessarily L,
No.
It's
but
not. It's an
again,
opinion.
Yeah.
Call of Duty. Don't
Yes.
understand how the franchise is still running.
Um.
Cheaters.
Oh. Okay. Yeah.
As soon as I open the game, every time I open the game, I get. You would think there's a door-to-door salesman living in that game because every time I open it, hey, we got this new battle pass. Hey,
Oh.
we got this new uh partnership collab with Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. You should buy this staff. That's $22.
The entire bundle for the TMNT costs like 110 or 120
Oh
bucks.
my God. What?
And
Like
people,
what?
and people
And
are like,
people have the
what
whole
the
thing.
fuck is this?
It's people that have the whole thing. I'm like, I don't understand. And then another thing, when BO6 came out, when it originally came out, it was so from the beta or
Did you
alpha. I don't remember which one it was I played.
wait? Hold on. Did your mic just cut out, or did you just censor
Did it?
yourself saying ass?
No,
Oh, okay.
did I?
It
I don't
literally
know what
cut. It
happened.
cut out for me, and I was like, "It's so." And I was like,
Oh
"Oh, did he?
no,
Oh,
okay, no. I was about to say ass for lack of better words, but I knew what I wanted to get to as I was
oh,
saying
you
ass.
self-censored."
But
That's okay.
it's so bad. Like out when the beta or alpha, don't remember which one it was I played it. It was so much better than the actual game that dropped when they fully released it. And it took them like 3-4 months, however long it's been, like pretty recently, to fix it to where it felt as smooth as what they already had it,
You're,
which made no sense to me.
you're talking about the multiplayer, right?
Yes.
Okay.
It felt like the actual beta or alpha, again, don't remember which one. It was good. I was like, they have something here.
They
When the
have
game
something.
fully dropped, I refunded that before the 2 hour time mark on Steam. I'm not even
Wow.
joking.
Why didn't you play the plot at all? The story, the campaign.
Because you just said I was bored.
No, I
Connor.
didn't. No, I didn't. I said stories that do that are boring. This
That's
one,
what that's
this
what
one is not. This one is not a like a TV show or a movie.
I just
Listen,
didn't feel
do
interested.
I think it's great? No, not really.
No.
Like it's fine. It does some fun things. It introduces the zombies in as like a plot point, kind of in a weird way.
Zombies is yeah.
But like,
There you
I'm just saying, give it a shot. You already own the fucking thing. You might as well
go.
do
Okay,
it.
I will say this.
You're like
I
Sean.
did
Oh, I bought this thing. I played the I played the multiplayer. It was ass, so I'm never playing this game I bought ever again. It's like just play the campaign. You already own the
okay.
fucking thing. Why
Okay.
aren't you
I
get your
will say
money out of
this.
it?
I will say this. I did play the campaign, but I did play zombies with Riz. That was fun. That was fun. I'm talking about the experience outside of that. Like 10% of this 80 to almost $80 game.
Right.
I feel like more than 10% of this should be enjoyable.
That's
That's my only ask.
that's fair. But when you ignore a percent of the game and not try it at all, I think that's on you a little bit.
Fair enough.
Like when you actively go, I don't want to play the campaign.
Fair enough.
What do you?
Okay. 25% of this game is
Okay.
actually fun.
Okay, there we go. Fine. That's perfect. That's fair. Yeah. I mean, yeah, I don't think there's things about the campaign that are great, but there was a level of choice in mission I wasn't expecting. And they do a thing at the end I really, really like, and I have no one else I can talk to about it because no one I know has played the
Hey,
campaign.
the campaign see, because no one.
Alex, did you even play the campaign?
For which
No.
one?
Be Black Ops 6.
Yes, I loved it.
You did.
Oh,
Oh man,
Yes.
isn't the thing at the ending with
That's why I was
that?
asking Feijão about his 3 like favorite Call of Duty campaigns. I'm a campaign player first and foremost, and then I go to multiplayer.
I'm a campaign player
okay.
only.
So I will play it after I will go and play it.
Alex,
I'm just
isn't that
asking.
thing at the end where you're running after that lady and the voice in your head is telling you to destroy her the best?
Oh, dude, it's the ultimate
It's
crash
so
out in a video
it's
game.
so good.
Fuck Kratos' crash outs. Nah, this dude went bare knuckle on a helicopter. I don't give a fuck if we're
It's
dying.
so good.
You're gonna die first,
It's so
and
good.
I will sit
You're
here
going
and
with me?
drown as I will
Yes,
stare at your dead body.
Oh,
I'm already sick. Time to get sicker.
Dude,
Play the campaign.
I don't know.
Just
I
give it a
will play
shot.
the campaign.
Just give it a shot.
I'll
It's
give
not
it a
even
shot.
long. It's not even long.
Here's my take.
Okay.
Call of Duty has great campaigns, but
Um.
they suck at setting up continuous storylines.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
I think they do that well with like the Modern Warfare series.
I feel
think,
like
like
they
Modern
for a
Warfare
while they
1
did.
and 2 are always good. The third ones are always trash, and even the originals into this day, rule still applies.
but there's always meant to like sequel each other. I feel like those plots always had such a conclusion that it felt weird that there was a sequel after.
Well,
In terms
Modern
of the
Warfare
campaign.
1, not really, because Modern Warfare 1 set itself up.
Oh, okay.
Or
No,
two.
let me rephrase it.
It's been a
Modern Warfare
while.
1 did not set itself up well. Modern
Oh,
Warfare 2 set itself up very well with the ending.
for 3?
I'm talking about like the original Modern
Right,
Warfare 2.
but 3 didn't. But 3 wasn't good anyway.
3 wasn't good anyway. It set itself up well,
That's a
and
shame.
then 3 just felt like it was so rushed.
Oh, okay.
Like the campaign, the way it paced itself was so rushed. They gave us so much. They gave us very little time to care about someone, and they kind of just threw someone in. Like they wrote the story, wrote in another character, and like what's the word for not redact? It's an R word for when they redo
It's a
something.
what? Huh?
What's the word?
I don't
You know,
know.
Is it not
Reduce?
no, when they go back and change something.
Retcon.
Retcon?
Retcon.
Yeah.
And they retconned in Yuri.
I don't remember that character.
I don't either.
Exactly.
Mm. To
You
be
have to play 3 to know.
Okay, to be
Yuri
fair,
was originally part of Makarov's gang and got shot before everything went down. And your character in your first one doesn't know about him existing. It's like you just retconned him in for the sake of it because you guys don't know how to write a continuous storyline.
All right. And well,
you play anything
that
else this week,
said,
Phasia?
uh,
I'm assuming
I
this
know
is
this is
not
a
what
game.
you were
If
expecting, but
I know this. I know we're supposed to be talking about gaming here. I
that's,
just want to say one thing.
doesn't have to be.
Lakers,
Oh,
Lakers and 4. Lakers and 4.
yeah.
I don't
Okay.
care who they play. They could play freaking the team from Space Jam, right?
The
The
Monstars.
alien, they could play they could play the Monstars from Space Jam.
First of all,
They're drop
major disrespect for not knowing the name of the Monstars. Major disrespect.
They're going to LeBron dropping 60 on their head. That's all I'm saying. That's all I have.
Okay. Well, I'm glad
And-
that you were able to speak to the air on that because I don't watch any of that. I got nothing
Fair
for
enough.
you.
Fair enough. I just had to put that energy out there.
That's
But how
fine.
about you guys? What any updates? Anything for you guys, gaming wise?
Update real fast on the recording that we're doing right now. My intermission and ending screens fucking broke again, so we will have to just end on the retrospect screen when we get to the end. Fun. Thanks OBS. Anyway, I think
Gonna switch to Streamlabs OBS.
I'm probably gonna have to switch to something. I don't know why it's breaking all of a sudden. It might be because I'm Discord sharing. It doesn't matter.
I feel like
Um,
Streamlabs OBS works better than regular OBS,
I don't know. It's always
just
been
from what
kind
people say. Because Streamlabs just pays and bills their own version of OBS.
That's fine. That's fair. Fine. I'll switch. It's free anyway, so it doesn't matter. The thing that Alex and I can actually share a conversation in is we went to go see the Gundam movie.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's been a little bit over a week, but that's fine.
Oh,
It was
I didn't know there was a
no, it
Gundam
was
movie.
It was.
last Sunday.
It was. Oh yeah, you're right. It was last Sunday.
Just under a week.
Hmm. It
The
was
beginning confused me.
okay. I only saw the trailer, and when I went in and saw that it was starting with like a retelling of the original, I was like, okay, but this is a retelling, so it's fine. It's whatever. Like
It's not a retelling.
it is a retelling.
It's an
Char
alternate
stole.
universe where Char stole the Gundam
Okay,
and
you
won the
know what I
Wonder
fucking
War.
meant when I say retelling. It's a different version.
We have to specify for the audience.
Fuck the audience. Anyway,
Hey,
listen.
Hey, you sound like Feijão now,
when
just
we do
ignoring his
these, when we
subscribers.
do these freak, we do these, start doing these popularity polls.
Good. I
Do it
want to
better
be
than
the heel of this podcast. I'm gonna absolutely be the villain we need. You hear what I said about Last of Us? I'm already a villain.
Yeah, that's true.
Like, so, but with
Oh,
the
man.
Gundam movie, I actually like that it was. I feel like okay. I know Char is really strong in universe. Okay, it was a little much when he got the RX 79,
78. What the
78.
fuck?
They all look the damn same.
There is no 79.
I'm thinking of 0079.
Is Gurren
The
okay? This
the
is a weird
series.
question. Is
Oh.
Gurren Lagann related to Gundam in any fashion?
No, God
Oh.
no.
No,
Oh,
but the
okay.
creator of Evangelion worked on that new Gundam series.
Oh.
And
That's
it
like that's
showed.
not gonna mean anything for Feijão. He's never watched that.
For the audience, it will.
I never watched that either. I do know what it is. I think they only make style animes
Mm.
I watched are Gurren Lagann and Code Geass, and I haven't even finished Code
Man,
Geass.
Code Geass is so like a mech
So good.
series secondary to everything
Yeah,
else.
that what I was about to say. That was
It's-
I was about to
It's the
put
Gundam
kinda in front of it.
formula.
I
was about to
know,
put
but
kinda in
like
front of it.
it's just like the mechs matter so much less in to what's happening.
Yeah, I was about to put kinda in front of Code Geass since I said it. I'm not.
I mean no, everybody knows what you mean, and it's fine. But I just love how like man, the mechs in Code Geass are so cool. But who gives a fuck? You see what he did
Who
with that
gives a
eye?
fuck?
You see when he looked at that dude? But the
how did
Gundam
was the movie
movie,
good though? Was it good though?
yeah, it was good. I liked it.
It was good, yeah. No,
Um,
I only watched the trailers as well,
Mhm.
and I didn't know it. I didn't look up anything going into this movie. I was
Yeah,
so
same.
confused.
I wasn't. I will say the only thing I was confused about was that I didn't know it was the start of a series and not just like a standalone movie. So I will
Oh,
say, if they don't put out the rest of the series in a movie format, it's gonna be annoying for me because I don't sit and watch anime anymore.
It's not gonna be.
Yeah, I know, and it's gonna fucking blow for me because
more than
I
likely.
like the movie, but I'm not gonna watch the rest of the series now.
More
Why
than
don't you watch it?
likely,
Why don't you watch it now?
if they're
What?
smart.
Well, hold on, Fajon, go
Oh,
ahead.
go ahead. Go ahead.
Just
I-
I don't have any of the subscription services that it's probably gonna be on.
Oh yeah, no,
He's
I was just about to say that. 'Cause it's probably gonna be like they're gonna drop like 5 episodes, like a 5 season episode every time, and it's gonna be like 30 minutes to an hour for each episode. And you gotta.
You can have my Crunchyroll. I have the extra people on mine.
The extra people.
Well, my subscription comes with 2 users.
That's
Oh,
I didn't know that even was a thing.
Yeah, you can get one that has 6.
Well, oh my god, why? Oh, is it just like a family
How much is
thing?
that
Yeah, it's like $15
for
or
6?
something. Yeah, and you get access to all the Crunchyroll stuff if you
That's-
use it.
I mean,
freaking.
I'll think about it. It's just that it's an issue of just like it's so
I
much
just send you
easier.
the login.
I
Just
know,
punch
no,
it
but
in.
I just mean like in terms of finding time because I like sitting down and watching 30 minutes of something. I would much rather just sit down and watch an hour and a half movie.
So I'm kind of similar. That's
That's
why
not
like I'll
the
just
same way.
wait for a bunch of episodes to come out and just watch them in a
Yeah.
burst,
Okay.
and then
That-
wait and watch them in a burst. Like that's what I'm doing with solo leveling now. Like I'm about to go
Same.
watch like 4 episodes like right
No,
after this.
so with solo leveling, I've already read the manhwa, or however you say it, like the entirety of it
They just call it a
before
web.
the
It's a
series.
web comic. You can just
Web comic. I
yeah.
wasn't gonna I just told myself I wasn't gonna watch it until they completed the entire like animated the entire thing. Or at least 3 seasons of it. Cause I'm not trying to sit there and I'll be like, oh, like I know what's gonna happen. I just want to see the action that I was reading be animated. Like I already know the story.
Mm.
Dude, some
Like
of the fights in there are so good.
I just want to see the action be animated from all these fights. Cause it's not even on the it's not called the ant art. I'm thinking of freaking
It's
I'm thinking of Hunter x Hunter.
you can call it the ant arc. It's the
I'm
same
a
difference.
yeah, but they aren't there yet, right?
I don't know. I don't want to watch
You
it.
know
They're
with the
getting
anime,
in the
they're
anime.
close.
They're getting to it, and they keep alluding to it. I feel like it's gonna come like later in this season, or come like at
And
the
they're
end of the
gonna
season
start
to
see
set
they're
up for
gonna
the
like
next
show
arc.
you there and then start you for the next season.
Yeah, they keep talking about it in like the
Okay,
show.
once they animate that once they animate all that, I'll probably start watching it.
I'm surprised they aren't at it yet. I feel like it's not that far into the
They're
series.
drawing. Yeah, it's not. They're drawing it out. I'm gonna be real
Oh.
with you.
Well, no. To be fair, the
Well, I'll say
soul living is
there's not a
long.
lot of filler, or really, I don't think there's really any filler in that show.
Well, no, there's from what I'm
I think
seeing
it's
is
very well
like
paced.
from what I'm seeing, if it's paced the exact same as the
The manhwa,
web comic will be.
yeah.
Pretty sure it's paid from what I'm seeing is paced. I haven't heard anybody say that. Why are they adding XYZ? But
I mean, to be fair, like the webcomic series itself, it wasn't filler, but it definitely had stuff in it that was purely there to
to be
make
there,
yeah, a little bit to just be there, but also to make the main character look even stronger than everybody else.
yeah,
Like the
yeah,
the training session in the winter forest.
yeah.
Yeah, that
That
was
was kind of
there.
unnecessary. It wasn't
Look,
unnecessary,
it was kind of
but
unnecessary.
I don't feel like it was unnecessary. 'Cause it was like, oh, I want. I feel like every anime has had that training arc or
But it wasn't a
uh
training arc. He literally showed up and was like, "I have solved the problem." And look how and look how huge my penis is at the same time. Like, okay, I don't
Fucking
know.
big.
Yeah, it's huge. I don't know. I
huge.
feel like that's my issue with solo leveling though, is that it was the first one to do it, so I can't hate on it too much. But the not
Or
self
farming.
not this no not the self insert just like OP protagonist, but the that a little bit of like I am the strongest and the coolest and I'm super hot and I've got the huge muscles and everybody loves me and I'm the
Kind of
strongest.
like how I feel about Superman, low key.
Yeah,
The
but
only
you know, there's
it's
definitely more
like
personality with the
yeah, that was
character.
he has more personality, but like that was kind of my gripe with Superman. It was like he's boring because like it's like yeah,
Well, actually,
there's
he's
only one thing can really kind of kill this guy for the most part.
in magic.
Hey, magic
Magic hurts him. Learn the lore.
hurts.
No. There's some magicians that get in on Superman.
I don't really know Superman
Neither
like
do I, but I
material
know it.
There's a
enough.
magician that almost captured Superman.
Yep.
Oh,
There's that one time. Um,
there won't.
there was probably remember that one time that biker guy from space showed up and just beat the shit out of him. That was pretty cool.
Oh, Ghost Rider.
No, what?
Wait,
Lobo?
is Ghost Rider in Superman universe
No.
or is that DC?
DC.
DC
No.
pisses me
Marvel.
off
Sorry,
with their super.
Marvel.
DC pisses me off a lot. Cause like they'll show, cause like I can't really account for how many times Marvel does this, but DC does this a lot, to where they have characters that are supposed to be like peak, like the Flash. Flash can run backwards and slow and reverse time and all this bullshit,
Don't
but Thief number 7 can sneak up on him with a trash can lid and knock
don't
him
listen.
out.
Listen. Don't. you can't look at it like that, or else there will never be stories to ever tell in those universes.
They could make it. If that's the case, they could like. I'm not saying they have to not have them lose or get hit, but like at least make it believable. Like, why is he? Because is it DC that has? Okay, it's honestly speedsters in general and just fast characters a lot. To be honest, because it's like this person can like perceive time like 100 times faster than everybody else.
But Feijan,
Can
he's a
move at the speed of light.
goofball.
I I can't think of his name. Is he's one of the you ever seen that clip of that dude that's I can't think of his name. Oh my god. I think he's part of the X-Men. He's like he's in the X-Men
Quicksilver.
real. He's yeah. Yeah, that clip of him in that movie where he's running around, he's moving bullets out the way in
Oh,
front of people
yes.
and poking people in the he can do that, but he can do that. He can perceive time. It's not he can perceive time that fast and slow and essentially slow down time. But you telling me you telling me his villains in there with no super speed that can just like how? I don't get it.
What
They
is
make
your okay? What is your question here? Because I feel like you just keep going, how, but super speed, but how though? I don't know what you want
why
from me.
why are the people that they lose to
Okay.
the people? It's like the people. Okay, the people that they lose to. Why is it that are like they just shouldn't lose to? It makes no sense that they're losing to these people. Like if Flash is I feel like if they're able to like slow down and perceive time and move that quick, so on and so forth. There should be no circumstances to where anybody that isn't generally just as fast as them or can like teleport or something should be able to like relatively touch them.
Okay.
It makes no sense to me.
Listen, it's a comic book. You gotta take liberties with a lot of this stuff.
I
To
know.
be fair, Flash's ultimate villain is literally the otherworld version of him.
Yes.
Like that's the only villain in that series that matters or will ever matter. Don't worry about the other ones. They're just there for filler.
But it just
I
kills
know.
me.
You just gotta move on, Faison. You can't live there. You'll never get out.
It just kills me.
You'll never escape.
I know. It's like it was a clip I seen where freaking he's like he slowed it. He literally slowed down time, and Superman just turned his head like, "Bitch,
Okay.
what the fuck? What the fuck you
No, no, no,
doing?"
no, no. He doesn't slow down time. That's not what the Flash
Might as well
does.
has.
No, that's not what that is. You're also talking about the Justice League movie. So, first of all, back the fuck off that one. Don't take any of that to mean anything. But he's not slowing down time. He's just moving faster than everybody else, so it looks slower. It just means that Superman's just as fast. That's basically all it is. What were we talking about? Gundam?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Eh,
I'm like, okay, we're going off the rails.
the movie was good. It was a good movie.
And you was talking about why? Oh, the last thing you said was you probably not gonna watch it because of they set it up to be a
I'm
series.
also probably just gonna forget to watch it. Is the bigger part of it.
Unless I remind you.
We'll just see if I stick with it. I hopefully I will if we can make it work, but I just hope I stick with it.
All right. Where we at? Where we at?
Fucking
Wait.
Xeon.
You said that. You you was talking about is both of y'all think it was the Gundam movie? Anything else?
Oh
How
yeah.
we looking?
Monster Hunter. Been
Oh,
doing a
Yeah,
lot of that. Doing a lot of Monster Hunter.
working on it.
working on it.
Yeah, I mean, mostly yeah.
Okay.
I'm in high rank, so I'm trying to just grind up on that.
How does it hold up? Uh, Me not playing any Monster Hunters.
Hmm.
How does it hold up against the other ones? I know you were telling me the stories don't matter at all. I can just
Not
jump in
really.
this one, hop in, which I'm gonna do. Probably next week.
I will
Uh,
say, this is a sentiment that is felt a lot of the time, in Worlds and Wild specifically. Um, the multiplayer is weird. They don't do a very good job with the multiplayer in Wild specifically because of there's so many different ways to party up with people. And
Yeah.
like if you get into a party with Alex or myself or like, Isaiah, any of the other people that we play games with, they'll
Hmm.
know or have a good idea of how to get into a party because they've done it. But you jumping into it, going, I want to make a party, you'll never figure it out.
It's not great.
It's
No,
bad. It's
it's
it's bad.
menu's god awful.
It's pretty bad. There's too many menus. It's not well done, but the game is fine. Don't play the story mode with people. Play it by yourself because it's not that hard and like you'll stomp the ever loving shit out of any of the monsters that you have to fight in a story with other people. Mainly
Okay.
because everyone you know at this point who plays Monster Hunter is in high rank, and we will just fucking Senator Armstrong the shit out of any monster that's around.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's
Have you been playing Monster Hunter?
no, no, no. That's what I was saying. I'm not. I've been playing other stuff. I was probably going to start playing it next week if it was still relative.
It's gonna be
I don't know if
relevant
that's
for a
a,
It's
long
it's
time.
if that's the word.
it's gonna be relative. I mean, it
Relevant.
debuted at like what
Stop saying
4.
relative.
It's relative.
Relevant. Yeah. See,
The
you
both of you.
said it too, though. You said it
I
too.
said relevant. I corrected you, and you
Mm,
misheard me.
hmm.
Connor called me a slur.
Well, hey, 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 hey. Only when we're off recording.
He admits it.
Hey, what are you gonna do? I play
I'm just,
games. What do you want from me, Alex?
He's a producer. I can't do anything about it.
Yeah, that's right.
can't do anything. um, but no. So I think one of you guys, I don't know who it was, like you guys said y'all didn't like how it was anyway because you had to be like in game or something, or essentially in game for it to even work properly. I don't know who said that, or it was one of the Monster Hunter games. Somebody said that. I could be wrong.
It was probably me because I over exaggerate, but I still kind of feel that way. Like in low rank, which is the story mode, more or less, like
Mhm.
playing it by yourself is generally the better way, especially if you're new, so that you get a feel for like mechanics and stuff.
Yeah.
But high rank is when the game becomes so much easier to like party up with people, play with friends, just go out and hunt shit. Like grinding for gear in low rank is a complete waste of your time. Because in high rank, when you start high rank, the sets that are available are immediately better than the best thing you can get in low rank. Like it's like okay, here's high rank, here's low rank, right?
Mhm.
This is top tier of low rank. This
That's
is this is the start of high rank. It immediately comes back up.
oh,
Yeah,
well,
there's just
that-
no point to like grinding or anything like that. And it's the same way with World. Like when I was when because my first Monster Hunter was World, I went in and I grinded low rank because I wanted to make the sets I wanted. I wanted to make the weapons, and then I get into high rank, and the armor I was wearing was immediately outclassed by the first thing I fought in high
you
rank.
took. Oh my god.
And so there's like default armor sets. I think and this is called like Hope and
Yeah.
Bone. Hope and Bone, which is the shit you can make without a specific monster, is immediately better than the best stuff you can make in uh low rank. In terms of just like defense, it might
That's
not have the
Not enough.
stats you want, but you won't get fucking one tapped in high rank with this stuff on.
that's kind of crazy.
It's not
And it
great,
seems like
but
uh,
what are you gonna do?
all right.
That's kind of more or less how it is. If you want to play Rise, yeah, Monster Hunter Rise, the Sunbreak expansion is like the more complete game to play if you wanted to do that, or you get into Wilds and then kind of keep up with the monster releases and when the DLC comes out.
Okay.
I mean, it's kind of a crapshoot. It's whatever you want to do, honestly.
Fair enough.
Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, Alex.
Very good.
What did you want to say though? How did that's what I'm like.
I don't even remember at this point. To be
Oh,
honest with you.
oh no, sorry, my bad. Oof.
You're good.
But I mean, Wilds is a fine place to start, and like, there's a lot of stuff that's been quality of life out of Monster Hunter,
Mhm.
which I mean, you'll never know. Kind of like
So
the
something new.
Yeah, a little bit. Like if you played Worlds, there were some quests that you could get that were like, all right, go pick up this monster egg and deliver it to a base camp as the mother of that monster chases after you. And they're like, oh, that's a goofy little quest. Those quests were ass because you were just carrying around a fucking egg the whole time, running around, dodging monster attacks while trying to deliver it.
Yeah.
And I don't care what anybody says, it wasn't fun. It was goofy, but it wasn't fun. That those have all been cut out. The difference between capturing a monster and killing it in this have been switched up. Like
Mhm.
like in World, capturing wasn't that bad. Like it was an easier way to end the quest. But in this game, you're just better off just killing the thing to get like the carve only rewards when you start taking chunks out of it.
Okay.
Yeah, that is a Wilds is a fine place to start. If you play Wilds, there's plenty of people around you that can help. And if you want to just play with others, there are people.
Okay. Fair enough. So, anything else? Anyone?
I'm trying to think what else I even played this week. If I even play anything other than Monster Hunter and Dark Souls. I can't think of
Hmm.
anything.
Oh,
I
I
have
do have one
one.
more. I,
Wait, hold on.
I
Hold
feel
on.
like we should. Oh
Alex,
wait.
go ahead.
Oh, I'm sorry, Alex.
Honestly, I haven't done a whole lot.
Oh, never mind then. Go
Oh.
on, Phasia.
Like, oh,
Well, I see Alex
you
opening
wasting
up
my
Final
time.
Fantasy. Uh,
I'm
Um,
I'm trying to test
Kept your
something.
Steam online.
no, but there is one game, and I feel like we should all play this. When I mean all of us, I mean like the whole group chat, Discord, if we can get them in there.
Uh huh.
It's a
I'm
multiplayer
worried.
game called Repo.
Repo? Yes,
Yeah,
that's what I was saying yesterday.
My fucking
that
god.
shit is so fucking fun.
That shit
We
looks so
have to play it.
funny.
Is it? Wait, how many people can play at a time?
6.
8? Okay.
Those are very different numbers.
No,
It's
no, he's
6.
right. He's right. I wasn't for
Six.
sure.
Six.
Yeah.
I think somebody modded where you can play with 8 if
I, I
that
don't
was
I don't
something
like
you
stuff
do.
like that.
But
Like that was my same feeling for when
Yeah.
when there was like
Lethal
mods
Company,
for
it,
that was way too much.
yeah, like that I feel like that kind of just ruins it because it becomes
no,
a
no,
little
no.
too
But that
easy.
was like that was that was no. I was talking about that was just fun thing because he had more friends that he wanted to do it. But so
How is it
you like
different than Lethal Company?
it's Lethal Company is like
The monsters will murder you instantly. This is like you have to hide, but like they get
yeah,
close to you type of deal. And like you
it's not
guys
even.
work together.
It's like okay, so with Lethal Company, it's like you run in, you grab the thing, you take it to the ship,
Right.
try not to die. This is more like it's more interactive. So like for some reason they have the option where you can self destruct if you want to. Like if you can self destruct. If you like, then you can heal each other. Like let's say your health is low, but I have more health than you. I can give you some of my health to help heal you.
Mm-hmm.
There's some items in there where there it's like they're actual like they have actual weight to them. So like you need a teammate to come help you. Like if it's like a giant TV, you need your
You
teammate
need
to
a
help
team
you.
lift.
Yeah. Or like and there's like small like quality of life things. Like if you pick up something, like if I pick up a diamond and I drop the diamond from too high, it'll break.
That's
Or
not
like if
quality of life. That's not what quality of life
I
means,
don't well
Phasia.
is that is that I
No,
don't know what a word small
quality.
detail.
Okay, yeah, yeah.
Small detail
Quality of life is like an improvement made to make
from
things more streamlined
that.
and easier.
Okay, yeah, that's not quality
You
life.
take you mean quality of life literally, and that if you dropped a diamond from high enough, it might shatter.
But or like if you're moving something, you like if you're moving a TV and it bumps into something,
Hmm.
it'll lose like $15 of what the original value is.
Oh,
You
okay,
can damage what you're trying to
Yeah,
take.
okay.
yeah.
Hmm.
So you have to be a little
There's
more methodical.
then there's like so like the monsters, like Lethal Company, it felt like if you came across something,
You're fucked.
you're fucked. Here was like, oh wait, this thing. If I hurry up and run and I jump under this cabinet, it might not be able to reach me if
Mm.
it's too big.
So is it is
It,
it is it kind of like with Lethal Company, where it's like all the monsters have a rule, but in this they have a rule and can be like actually avoided and hidden from?
some monsters.
Okay.
Some
Okay.
monsters, some of them are just like, yeah, if you see you, this thing is gonna just run straight at you and try to kill you.
Okay.
But then there's other ones like there's like a shadow eye monster that if you look at it when you're coming, it'll start like doing damage as you're looking at it. You got to try to like it
Slenderman.
pulls you towards it, so you got to you're like your
It's
whole
okay. You're
try to like
describing
look away.
Slenderman.
Yeah, I guess you're
it's
trying to
it's
like look away and then draw your because like it's gonna do damage as long as it sees you. If you make eye contact with it, it's gonna do damage until you're out of its range of
hmm.
you. So you gotta try to like drag yourself back around the corner the way it won't see you, or whatever.
But you
Then
have a
there's like a
health
little
bar.
duck. Yeah, you have a health bar.
Okay.
You can also buy health. Little company, I don't think that's something you can do. You can also buy like
No.
things like health, more stamina. So like,
Hmm.
you can buy like once you leave, you can go to a little store. Once you extract, you go to a little store and it's like, oh, $7,000 for like an additional 20 health. But you and it's a 20 health. So let's say you buy four of those,
Okay.
right? So you have 200. Let's say you have 180 health. You
Okay.
go, you have your 180 health. When you start and like the boxes line up on your little station truck. I don't know what exactly to call it. And you can decide how many you want to use. You can use like two there. Um, you can
What?
use all of them if you want to.
Wait. Sorry.
But you
You've lost me. What do you mean?
so like they come in boxes. It doesn't immediately activate. So
Oh.
you can buy them and they come with you. And you as a team can decide like, hey, we're pretty high level, or like, hey, we know it's a monster back there, or like, and maybe somebody scouted on. They saw what monster it was that is gonna like, if it hits you, you're fucked. You're like, we probably need to pop like two of these
So these aren't
instead of
permanent upgrades.
Temporary buffs.
They're
temporary
temporary
buffs.
buffs. Oh, okay.
Yes.
Huh.
There are some things you can. There are some things you can get that are permanent. Like you can buy another cart, but that's like what 53,000.
I will say, like, because of Lethal Company, I've seen a lot of very similar games on Steam. Like, that genre or type of game really took
Yeah,
off.
I think.
There was one I was way more interested in that was more like it's an underwater based Lethal Company where like
It's
you're
almost like Rapture almost.
yeah, like you're well kind of like you're divers and you have a submarine, submarine, and you go around to different POIs in like in one sitting. It's not like you go into the ship, select a destination, and you're there. You actually drive your submarine around to different POIs to loot. Those places have their own monsters, and the entire time you're avoiding the water cops who are trying to get you for for salvaging these sites.
So there is
think-
a game similar vein to everything we're kind of talking about. It's called Jump Ship.
Uh,
That game I'm interested in.
okay.
It's like
I would not say that that is very similar. That is a video game ass video game.
a video game as video game, but that game looks pretty fun. From
It
the
does.
previews I've seen of people playing it, it looks really good.
Um,
And I feel like if we can get a crew together to stick to it for like a couple of weeks, we can have a good time.
have you done any research on it?
I've looked at the gameplay. I've watched people play it.
Okay. So no, because I was gonna ask if, depending on how many people are in a lobby, does it
That is
change the
more.
size of the ship?
I do not believe it does.
Okay, that might make okay. Then you would that sounds like you definitely need people then, because I don't know how big that ship is, but running around and fixing stuff on the same size ship with 2 to 4 people with 2 people versus 4 people is a very different video game.
Fair.
I also think, yeah, I think it's a really good game. 3.0. I
It
think
looks
that
good.
whole genre of game. I I think the back going back to what you're saying about ever since Lethal Company came out, a lot of those games start. But I genuinely think it's not even just a people saw the success of that type of game type of thing.
Hmm.
I feel like that's part of it. I feel like the other part is these games are very content friendly.
I will
So it's like
say,
really easy to build an audience from it, especially since streamers are looking for something they can collab with.
on a different note, like it was. I don't remember the name of the game anymore. It's been too long. But there was something I played on the Steam Next Fest, like the demo day that Steam does. I was. It's kind of like Lethal Company, but it's way slower. It was before Lethal Company came out. I'm also really sure. You're like a little goblin, and you're going into like these labyrinth or mazes with other friends, with other people, and you're
Mhm.
trying to find stuff to more or less extract with while there is a monster you are hiding from. And it is genuinely actually kind of scary because it's not a game you could like sprint around in. The speed of the game changes the entire pace of it. I don't remember what it was called, but I know it was really interesting.
Sounds similar to content warning.
Yeah, oh yeah, okay.
Only thing with content
Well,
warning,
content
I
where you
do.
get to like film a video.
Yeah, content warner was. I think their spin on it
Oh,
was like
it's
creative. They
called. It was called Winterholm.
went your own.
Yeah, yeah. I added it to my wish list in 2023.
Oh,
Yeah, it's not out. I don't think it's ever actually going to come out at this point.
yeah.
But
Oh.
I thought it was really interesting, and it was genuinely like I'm gonna poop my pants just
Are you
because.
guys like horror game type of people or
No,
no?
I'm a massive pussy.
I
No.
love anything. Okay, am I weird for this? I often go to sleep to scary videos because it's
What's your
relaxing
fucking
to me.
problem, dude?
Like, like I would like I'm not even joking. Like there's like this content group that I watch and they go a lot of scary places sometimes.
Keep going. I can hear you,
You
but I'm
good?
gonna get off camera.
Good. But there's this content group I watch, and they go a lot of it's a couple of them I watch, but they go scary places and they like investigate either cryptids or just places that are supposed to be haunted. And I will turn that shit on and literally fall asleep like a baby. Not even joking. And I
Oh,
don't know why. Um, what else? Like I just consume a lot of horror content. Like I genuinely, for the most part, don't get scared out of a lot of things. For me to get scared, it would literally have to be like something caught me off guard. It's not even in which I don't even count that as being scared, as more of being surprised.
I mean, jump scares are inherently cheap.
Yeah,
Like,
I don't even count that as being
yeah, it's
scary.
not the same.
But like my tolerance for like this horror is really really high. Like it was some horror game. Me and some people I know was playing a while ago, and it was like, "Are you not having fun?" And I was like, "Huh?"
Are you not having fun?
Yeah, I was like, "What do you mean?" He said, "We're over here screaming, running, yada yada yada," and you're just like, "Boo!" And I was like, "No, it's not how I have it. It's just like, you know, that 5 foot, no, that 10 foot monster coming around the corner with an axe isn't that scary to me."
I think for me it depends. Um, like I'm trying to even think. The generic stuff like that, like large man with insert whatever object, is a little is like okay,
Played out.
that can be scary depending on like the scenario, but I'm more like the eldritch horror guy. I kind of want the unknown and inexplainable. I want to
Fair
look at
enough.
something and be confused. That's what I want.
See, a lot of stuff that doesn't work for me either. Because a lot of stuff I'd be like,
It's not even about it
fishy
being scary
strength.
though. It's just more that it's more interesting. Like
Yeah,
there's more going on there
yeah,
than
I see
anything
what you
else.
mean. Like, I see what you mean.
Speaking
There's a
of,
lot of
I
stuff in
got to
there.
back Sinking City 2 on Kickstarter before I forget.
There's a lot of stuff is where it's like, it's like few games that were genuinely scary for me. One of them was, oh my god, it's an old game. It was underwater. Not Subnautica. It's a different one. It was around the same time. I know Markiplier freaking played it, dude. I do
Oh,
not
the the
remember the
the
name.
the submarine thing probably.
And yeah, it was like you ended
Iron
up
Lung.
being inside a machine. No, no, not Iron Lung, not Iron Lung.
Not
It
Iron
was a
Lung?
different where you ended up. You would think it's Iron Lung, but you ended up being inside a machine.
Are you looking it up right now?
I want to know what it is. But it's that game. Um, then there was a recent one that was it's probably like 2 3 games I've been scared of. There was a recent one where it was like, everybody started doing those like body cam horror style things
Oh.
or like realistic. It was one of them. I don't know if I was scared or if I was just anxious and nauseous from the motion.
Oh, yeah, that's
I don't I but I took it as being scared because I felt fuck. Like, I think I played. I tried to stream it and everything, and I got like 20 minutes in. I was like, I feel like shit.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you got to. Yeah, body cam stuff is always like if depending on how your tolerance for motion sickness is, it'll never be a good time.
Oh, and the third one, well, one of the three is Nun Massacre, which was made by. That
Okay,
is a fucking
Nun
terrifying
Massacre
game.
is such a fucking cheap game. It's literally the epitome of like,
Oh, jump scare
yeah,
kind of type of deal.
all that
But
guy's games are like that, where it's like extremely loud noise followed by like flashing lights. It's all the tricks.
I
I
want
think those
to,
games are fine. I don't like the scariness of them. I don't think it's as interesting.
I want to find that game because it's like,
We'll find it later because we're making a podcast right now.
yeah. But no, it's you probably play. It's like
Oh
stuff
yeah,
like that.
have
Is
I?
like you definitely know what it is. I know you know what it is. Like if I say it, you know what it is.
I don't like the sound of that.
Um, Probably I would think you would. Like you're more
Yeah?
cultured than me,
Oh, okay.
and when it comes to video games. Um,
All right, I guess you know what? We're just gonna sit here in complete silence until you find
nah,
it.
no, we keep going. I, I'm looking, but I'm also like listening like a lot.
Alex, anything this week you'd like to talk about while Fejan's off on his quest?
Soma,
Oh, that was fast.
Soma.
Oh
That
yeah,
what it
I
is.
do know that game.
That was terrifying to me
Okay,
because it wasn't more
you described Soma
horribly. I know, I
in
know.
a machine thing. You're not wrong, but that's definitely not
The
how
main,
that game really
I say
goes.
underwater in a machine thing. Okay, at at
Wow,
some point.
thanks.
But now Summer was terrifying, not because like so much of what you were being chased by or like the enemies in there.
Yeah,
It was just
existential
the
dread.
yeah, the dread, the environment, and then the ending.
Yep,
The ending was what was really horrifying for me
fucking
because
depressing.
yeah, because I was a kid.
Oh,
That- I don't think I should have played that game at the age I played it because it kind of scarred me. Like I think I sat in my room just
thinking
like,
about life.
what is life?
Damn.
Why are
Well,
we
what would
here?
happen to me if I got left at the bottom of the ocean?
Why are we here?
I mean, at that point, you'd probably just kill yourself.
Like, and that it was scary, but it was also a great game. But it was like at the same time, it was like that was scary to me.
I
And
love
stuff.
that game's ending is the epitome of your character not getting it. Like, dude, you don't understand. Like, how many times do we got to explain the concept here?
Well, hold on. What? So, like, I haven't really revisited like the ending or anything like
Hmm.
the overall plot. r- Honestly, since I was around that age, with the ending of that, what? Okay, I get what happened, but was
Good to
it
hear.
like? I think I did.
Okay.
Was it like he? was just alive inside that thing? Was humanity just gone, period? Or
Oh,
was he
oh,
was just
if you mean like the bigger question there, I don't
yeah.
remember the answer to that, but more or less the place that you're at, um, majority of people just lived as consciousness is and would just move their consciousness to different bodies. And so
Mm-hmm.
the ending of the game is like, all right, we have our consciousness downloaded onto this chip. We're going to put it in the railgun and we're going to shoot it up to where all of humanity is now in space, living as consciousnesses, and continue on. Except when you shoot it into space, it copies, but you don't move over. Because the plan was, all right,
Okay, wait.
here's the
So
gamble. Here's the gamble.
uh
When the copy gets made,
mm-hmm.
either the you that is being played as is put into the ship and a copy is put into the body you're in underwater, and then you get shot up into space
With everybody else.
with everybody else, or the copy is shot up into space and you stay where you are at underwater. That was the gamble. And you drew the short straw.
So that dude is just was basically just stuck underwater and it was
Yeah, but a copy of him is living up in space.
that's sad now.
Yeah, that's why your character's so mad at the end of that game. He's like, they're up there in space, living at large, and we're down here. It's like, well, okay, that was the risk. At least you're kind of alive,
Kinda alive.
kind of,
At that point, man, yeah,
Just
you're
enough.
right.
just enough.
Just enough.
That game's all right. I got no problems with
Yeah,
that game.
I love that game.
You love it.
There's there's
It's your
few things
favorite
I would
game.
get. No, that's my favorite. Is that what I'm pretty sure that was an indie game, right? Indie game?
Not really.
Not really.
Not really.
That was I put it like this. That was the first game I played that wasn't a sports or a shooter game. All right.
Okay.
And I loved it.
I
I finally got a taste of what real story and gaming looks like.
I was gonna say I don't want to say the bar was low, but it sounds like the bar was pretty low. What was the NBA 2K that had what was that? Spike Lee had a story mode in it. Which one was that?
All of them have story mode.
No, no, no. But there was
Which one?
one that was like
With Spike Lee? I think
directed
that
by
was
Spike
7.
Lee.
I think that was 16.
16, really?
No, or was it 17? It was between 16 and 18. I can't remember which one of those three, but it was one of those three.
Well, either way, the story was garbage.
Because it was another one where we were like, or was that the one where I think the one I'm thinking about is like you supposed to make it to the league, something happened, you fell off, you grinded your way back to the top, you playing international ball overseas. Some team picks you up. You're not a starter because they was like, you did good in the Olympic game. We're gonna see how you play over here, and so on and so forth.
I'm always surprised there's even a story mode in those games.
Dude, yeah, dude, this fucking update the roster. That's what I feel like a lot of games. Like I said this before, because even 2K has a cheat problem, surprisingly.
Really?
Yeah, but yeah, it's like 2K cheating problem is like so there's like a usually there's a meter to decide how like the percentage your chances of hitting a shot.
Yeah.
And like it's kind of a skill to like be able to get green because if it's green, no matter where you are, you're going to make the shot if you get green.
Oh.
Um, even if like your person like let's say you're like you make a center
Oh.
that's not a 3 point shooter and they're in the paint, if you can hit green, if you can hit green from the 3 point line or even half court, if you can get green, it's going in no matter what.
Hmm.
It's like a guaranteed shot. So it's people that have like a what's it called trigger. I forgot.
A cheat that basically just always shoots
Yeah,
at a
yeah,
green.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So that's the problem. But I feel like a lot of those games they should just be like sports games and Call of Duty. I feel like they should just be long standing, long running games. Because I feel like part of the problem why those games have so many cheaters and they have so many bugs and problems. It was because they're releasing a new game every year, sometimes on a new or updated engine,
Hmm.
and they never have time or they usually only get the buzz fixed by towards the end of that game's life cycle.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Which and then Call of Duty is even worse because they got three publishers running three different engines that don't want to work together. So not only are there is
Well,
it
they're
a
coming
new
onto the
game?
same engine.
What happened?
They're all moving to the same engine.
They are,
They're yes, but they're all just building on top of the engine themselves.
so
The
they're
thing is, they
changing
each
it,
have different variants of each
versions
engine.
of it. Oh my god.
But because of Warzone, they have to use a unified engine. So like Warzone has every like different feature available.
So so
So
they
Black Ops 6 and Modern Warfare running on the same engine, just modified for Black Ops 6 or updated and upgraded for Black Ops 6.
which means they still can't really fix the problem, I'm guessing,
It
or even attempt to.
the issues that they're having is probably less more just optimizations of the game itself and not so much as the engine itself. But it could be both.
It's
Because I mean,
probably
they still
both.
they manage the engine, but they
I was more so
Call of
talking
Duty
about the
also just has
problems they
like
have with
server issues
hackers
just from
though.
like the amount of people playing.
I'm more sure. I was more so talking about the hacking issues, to be honest.
I mean, those are always going to be there.
Yeah, but I feel like you can like slowly you can make it a lot harder for people to be able to do that. Call of Duty is like, yeah, nah, dude, you go to Walmart, buy a Zen for like $50 and you're good. Whereas even though people like shit on the game, like, and it does still have cheaters, but like Fortnite is doing a lot to mitigate their cheater problem. Like they've sued like three people. They've sued
Okay,
Cronus, so
that's
like they've
suing
no
people is
wait
never
no no wait
usually a good look.
wait no it's working though.
Oh
Like
yeah, yeah.
they've sued Cronus, so like you can't even like they've sued Cronus and forced them to take down like everything, every cheat you could buy for now. So it's like it's not like nobody can go into Walmart and get this $50 box where they can cheat anymore. It's like there's no like you can go buy it, but like there's no Fortnite cheats on it anymore. They can't sell them anymore. So unless you already have,
Wait,
unless you know some,
were you
go ahead.
being wait? Do you literally mean there was a thing you could go into Walmart and buy?
Yes,
Oh,
it's called a Cronus Zen.
that wasn't a
It's what
bit.
most it's what most
No,
people use to cheat.
Oh, I didn't know
It's what
that.
like in all these shooters games, Apex, Call of Duty, Fortnite, it's what most people were using to cheat. It's really cheap. Their product you can get it like $50, $60.
Wait,
You
wait,
go into Walmart, buy it,
wait,
or you can
wait.
order it off Amazon, and they have a whole storefront with cheats you can
Huh?
download or purchase off of their website and install into the thing that you brought from Walmart or Amazon.
That's crazy. I didn't literally know you. I didn't think you literally meant you could go into
Yeah,
Walmart and buy a thing.
yeah,
I
you
thought I thought you
literally.
just meant like that's how easy it was to get cheats, not as like
No,
an
no,
analogy.
it literally is that
Wow.
easy
That's
to get cheats.
crazy.
That's what most people use. So
Wow.
now Fortnite has it. So they stopped that. So what people started doing was the cheating on Fortnite. Now you essentially have to have a separate system. Like
Man.
you would have to spend, you would have to
or
buy another computer. Um,
Hmm.
you would have to buy another computer to even cheat because because what people are doing, they've been running the cheats off one computer while the game is on another one. So it'll be harder to it'll be harder to like detect the cheat since it's not on the computer the game is necessarily running on.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
like 2 days ago, they made another change where they're having secure boot, where if you're gonna play anything competitive in their game, pretty much they're asking for access to everything.
Oh, is it like the
Valorant,
Vanguard?
yeah, it's pretty
Oh,
much that. It's pretty much that. If you
man,
wanna,
that
if
never
you,
that never feels good though.
it doesn't. But when, because especially since they're the only game that does this,
Yeah.
when you're hosting tournaments on a weekly basis,
Oh, yeah.
that anybody can join in for like tens of thousands of dollars, I feel like in that case, in their case, is a
Yeah,
little more
I mean,
justified.
yeah, if you're doing open bracket tournaments and anybody could participate, like I think I can reasonably see it more. I just don't
Va-
like giving
Valorant is
kernel
I don't.
level access
Yeah,
to anything.
yeah. Valorant is like fucking crazy. Like theirs is like, so you want all this for me to do free play?
Yes. Yeah, Vanguard definitely feels like a little much.
Fortnite is like,
Especially considering that there's like people still cheat in
yeah, it's still
like
cheating.
I just don't I just can't get behind giving kernel level access to my PC to any game and there still be people cheating because then what's the point?
Yeah.
Like
So
I don't get it.
I think with Fortnite how theirs work, it doesn't activate until you're about to play a tournament. So like,
Wait, oh, it's like an on off switch?
yeah, so like if
Oh,
you're it doesn't so if you let's say you just load a game up normally, like because I was
okay.
streaming earlier, you just know it, you load the game up normally, you can play it however you want to, go into any other map, whatever, right?
Mhm.
The second you decide, hey, there is a $15,000 tournament at 8 o'clock. The second you decide you want to click on that, it's gonna pull up the agreement. It's gonna pull up in a little agreement form.
Okay.
Let it so you can that if you want you can read. Most people not reading that shit. That says uh this is our these are our rules, yada yada yada. If you're gonna play, you have to be this age and you have to do this. And as soon as you click that accept, it's gonna close the game. Might request you restart your PC.
Ah, okay.
Um, if not, you just open the game back up and you go in, then you can play. And it's gonna lock you into that. So it's not like you so if you click it and let's say you try to switch it to something else after you click it, you're gonna have to do that whole process over again.
Oh. Damn, okay.
Then on top of that, they made it where you have to be like you have to be because what people were also doing, there was like the avoid getting banned. They're making like new accounts and going and playing and stuff. So
Oh.
they also made it to where your account level has to be 650 to
Oh.
play anything competitive.
That's
Not even tournaments, anything competitive.
oh wow, okay.
So it's
That's
like they're making the attempt. I feel like
I think
again,
that
there's
doesn't
still gonna people
actually
that
that doesn't sound like that bad of a way to make people kind of commit.
what do you mean?
Well, it's just that's such a high level to be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nobody you're not about to you're not about to even okay, let's say you do cheat. Let's say you find a way to circumvent all this stuff.
Mhm.
And you and then on top of that, people can do live reports like as matches. So like I've done like I got in the game like 7 days ago, somebody was cheating. It was like obvious.
Oh, okay.
Like there's no way you turn around 360 in the air and you hit every bullet as you're falling like 100 meters on me.
But what if you're
There's
really
no
good?
no. I
Oh.
went back and I watched. No, I
Oh, you
went back
what?
and I watched.
You did.
He
I
pulled
went in the
out the
VOD. I
recordings.
went, yeah, I went to the VOD because you can go back and you can see what everybody was doing. This kid was like, it was people hiding in bushes, healing, and he would just like run up a hill and just look in their general direction, and like, like health gone. So I was
Oh.
like, yeah, I'm reporting this kid. So it took him like 30 minutes. Took him
Oh.
like 30 minutes to get him banned.
Wow.
So, and how that works in tournaments, obviously the more known you are, like
The more
the
annoying.
faster, yeah, the faster they'll look at your report. But like there was a YouTuber named Cypher PK where he was playing a tournament and he was about to not qualify. He was like 1 point off, right?
Right.
Because he died to somebody who in his opinion was cheating. So he went and he made a report and they looked at it and they was like, "Oh yeah, this guy was cheating his ass off the whole event." So they basically like kicked him off the leaderboard and moved everybody up one spot.
Oh, well, there you go.
So he ended up, yeah. So it's like
Happy ending.
they try, but it's like Call of Duty is like I'll go on TikTok, dude. Call of Duty is like I'll go on
Oh, yeah,
TikTok,
you just
dude.
find people streaming Call of Duty
Yeah,
actively
with
hacking. They're like, we
with the
don't give a
Zen
fuck.
shit,
Here's the link.
with the
Wow.
Zen shit I'm talking about.
Not
That
Like,
not
hey, you
even
want
the
to buy?
Zen either.
Yeah, not even that, but like, oh,
that's
I'm just saying that
crazy.
some people I see, they'll literally this W promotion, I guess, but they'll have
A
the Zen.
W promotion.
I guess 'cause they'll have the Zen, and they'll be like, "Anybody to call in Warzone, yada yada yada. uh have their win streak, whatever, and they'll visibly have this in right there, and you can see the boxes on the screen that they're shooting at of the
Oh.
people that they're seeing through
Oh my
walls,
god.
and they'll have an Amazon link to the Zen so people can buy it from this.
The fuck?
And
Like
it's
they're
not
like
even
they're
that.
sponsored by them, or
No, they
they're
no.
just
It's like
promoting
you could
cheating?
yes, you could just buy the because like you
Who?
get a commission. You get a commission
Oh,
for
so
if like somebody
they are sponsored.
affiliate. I wouldn't say sponsor.
Same fucking difference.
Yeah, yeah, but like they get a commission like, yeah, hey, I'm cheating, yada yada, and people
That's
just
so crazy.
it's like
Yeah.
I guarantee if I open like TikTok right now and search Call of Duty, or I've seen it in YouTube Shorts a couple of times, but if I open it for sure TikTok, if I open it and search aimbot Call of Duty or just search Call of Duty high eliminations, somewhere along the lines of that, in a few scrolls, I'm gonna find somebody using one. It's not even like they're trying to hide it, dude.
Some
Yeah,
people, man.
they just don't care.
And it's like you will have entire chats because like you can see that you have entire chats reporting their name and like nothing happens, but I can curse at one of my teammates for being trash, and I'm
You're
voice comm
gone.
banned.
Yep.
Oh, I'm out of this. Like there's no fucking way, man.
That's fun. That's always fun. But Fajon, speaking of swearing,
Oh,
how often did you swear at yourself while playing Dark Souls 3?
oh, that was a lovely segue, my friend.
I'm doing
You
all
deserve.
right.
You're doing all right. You know, look. So, Dark Souls 3. I don't know. Well, a lot of people,
A lot of
as you
people.
don't know, I don't play a lot. I haven't played a lot of Souls game. In fact, I've only played one, which was Elden Ring.
I mean
One of the best gaming.
that's not a terrible place to start, to be
It's
fair.
not. It's not. But I would just let it be known. That was my first Souls game. Probably, arguably the best gaming experience I've ever had.
Well, I mean, I think you started a good place. Let's just go around the room here. Like, what is everyone's from
First
soft
game.
no, like from soft uh starting point? Like what games from software have everyone here played? We'll go down the line so Alex can start and then Fajon and then myself.
All right. I am a fake Dark Souls fan. I've played Bloodborne. I
D-
have played
how
Dark
many
Souls 2.
how
Oh,
many
wait, I'll get to it. I'll get to it.
No, but how many have you beat?
I'm getting to it. God,
Oh, oh.
God, way to take away the thunder here, Connor. God,
There's no thunder because there's no lightning.
God. Dark Souls 2, RIP.
No, not R.I.P. Dark Souls 2.
R.I.P.
Yeah, so played Dark Souls 2, 3, Bloodborne, played Elden Ring,
Mm-hmm.
never beat any of them. I've played them.
You
I've
played
probably
Armor
played
Core.
like oh yeah,
Those are
Armored
from soft
Core.
games.
I played Armored Core 5, Armored Core 6,
You didn't play 4?
and Chrome Hounds,
You've
which was
played
from Soft, which was too ahead of its time.
you played 4? AC4?
Oh yeah, I have played 4.
Yeah, 4 answer.
4, not 4 answer. I just played 4.
Oh, same difference, I guess.
Yeah,
Okay.
But
4,
how many of those have
5.
you beaten?
I've beaten 6. Armored Core 6. And that's the only one I've beaten.
Out of that list, you've only beaten Armored Core 6.
Yes, I love my robots.
Damn. Okay. All right, Fajon. What is your From Software experience?
My From Software experience was Bloodborne came out on the PS4. I
Okay,
saw it. There was really nothing out at the time, so I brought it. I was like, I'm gonna try this.
fair.
Um, I played it, made it to that wolf thing. I think it was a wolf on the bridge, and my PS4 caught on fire.
What?
You
Yeah.
told me this, and I forgot. I forgot your PS4 caught on fire for some reason.
So
You must have
I've
had
not
just a
kept.
lot of. Okay, I will say, Bloodborne kicks the shit out of a PS4. You might have just had a bunch of dust in there, and it probably
Yeah,
just caught.
I've had that.
Yeah,
I
way
had
to
that
just blame
PS4
him.
since like. Well, no, I had that PS4. I'm gonna be real.
You're the
So
victim here.
no, I'm yeah, no, I'm not. I it's my fault more than like because I, I told Connor this. I wasn't avid gamer for a while. I was like more so a sports guy, and I got into gaming like pretty late. Um,
Got into gaming pretty
so
late.
I got the PS4 at on release.
Oh, you
At
had
the
a
same
base model.
time, yeah, I got the PS4 on release the same time one of my friends did. Because what I would do was like I never had a console or system everything, but it was like the weekends or whatever I stayed at his house. That was like the only time I played the game. Like any form of game was when I was over at his house and
Hmm.
we was essentially doing a sleepover when we were kids. Um, so
So Bloodborne, Elden Ring. You've beaten Elden Ring, but you never went back to beat Bloodborne.
it's not on PC. I've been
No, but I mean, like, it's on PS5, or you never, to
well,
say you never replaced the PS4 to then go and beat Bloodborne.
no,
Okay.
I've never.
After the fire incident, you were
I
done.
was like, gaming probably isn't for me. No,
Okay.
I'm joking.
Gaming isn't for me.
Maybe this is a sign. After the fire incident that died, I was like, screw it, dude. Um, and so I got my first PC 20. Well, I got back into gaming like
Well, no,
2017,
hold on.
2018. I'm a,
Phaedra?
I'm a,
No.
what?
We're just, what From Software games have you played? that's
Oh,
that's all we're trying to get through from this.
well, no, that was going to.
Okay. All right.
So got my first PC. And I was like, I wonder if there's any, and I wonder if there's any other games uh from this company, and I saw the Dark Souls stuff,
Mm-hmm.
and I did some research on it, and I was like, yeah, that shit sounds like it's really hard. So I'm a pass. But then Elden Ring got announced. I said, you know what? When this thing comes out, I'm gonna play it.
Yeah. Okay.
And
That's fair.
I played it, loved it, amazing. 300 hours in it. DLC included, which was really hard for me because I was New Game Plus 7 when I played the DLC. So Radon was kicking my
Such a
ass, but
fucking weird decision on your part.
I didn't know, man. It was my first. It was my technically my first From Soft
I'm
game. I'm
not
just
doing.
saying.
We're not doing this again. But go on.
But yeah, that's pretty much it for me. And Dark Souls is, if you want to count Bloodborne, Dark Souls is technically my third. But I
Yeah.
don't count it because like,
You played. No, you played it.
yeah,
You
yeah,
just didn't beat it. You never went back to it.
yeah.
Yeah. That I mean, like, yeah, of course it counts. You still played the fucking thing,
Barely.
but you played it. If
I
you got to the bridge, is that far? No. Did you still have to fight a fair amount of shit to get to that bridge? Yes. Like
yeah,
you played the game.
okay. I'll
All
take
right.
that.
Now for Connor,
You played everything and beat
yeah.
everything. I already know.
Yes, pretty much. I've tried going back through the older From Software games. I want to go through Kingsfield at some point,
What
and
is that?
exactly old ass From Soft game. I want to play that, and what I've played a little bit of Metal Wolf Chaos, which if you don't know, don't worry
Wait,
about it.
quick.
You're good. It is some goofy shit, but I love that
Uh-huh.
game. I really do. It's so fun and
Okay.
ridiculous. And they made an RPG a long time ago. I actually forget the name of it, but it's pretty bad. But it's a fun little time. But for the salient point, I've beaten Demon Souls, Dark Souls 1, 2, 3, Bloodborne, Sekiro, Elden Ring, DLCs for all of them included. I have played the Souls series games and their DLCs more than once.
Okay.
I've put my time in.
Okay. Um,
Fejan,
when it comes to that, what?
oh no, go ahead. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
Uh, When it comes to these games for you, it's
Hmm.
like if you had to put them on a scale, a perfection scale,
Perfection
at
scale.
1 out of 10,
Like,
how do you feel about them as as a whole? It doesn't Sekiro count?
yeah.
Okay.
I mean,
Ugh.
it counts, but
When
it's
it comes
not
to their
a
game,
yeah.
when I was just curious, like when it comes to their games, they're like, I guess, and what's your biggest? like right or like disdained for like their games? I'm just curious.
What's my biggest gripe?
Yeah.
Dog enemies. Fuck
I don't I don't think
every
that's
one of the Souls
no.
games with a dog. The dogs in these games are the worst things to ever fucking fight. Same with rats. They're
Rats, I
just
don't feel like you see rats enough. They count,
oh
but I don't
oh
feel like at least
Feijun.
for
Oh Feijun, you don't know.
I don't know.
Dude, their movesets are the fucking worst to deal with. Anyway, dogs and rats are probably my biggest gripe because they're always the most annoying enemy to deal with. But more in an actual as an actual answer, um, I think I don't know. I mean, like I feel like the because I've played them so many times at this point, I can't really remember the stuff that really upset me because the stuff that would really upset me is like on my first playthrough is when I would remember it the most, you know?
Mm,
Like
okay.
you probably have a better answer than I would about gripes because this is your first time through
Oh
DS3.
yeah, I have a couple.
Yeah, but like I can't remember them, but you're going to say them and I'm probably going to agree with you.
Okay.
I just can't remember any off the top of my head of like um annoying things that stick out anymore.
Okay.
I mean, breath attack hitboxes, I guess, aren't great sometimes. I'm pretty sure I rolled that, but okay.
Yeah. Oh,
Oh,
um,
a really stupid gripe that I've always had with any video game is ring slots. Why can
like you
I
mean
only
like
wear 4 rings?
when I have 10
I
fingers?
got 10 fingers. But I mean, I know that that's because rings are ridiculous and they're super good.
Yeah, and they help a lot.
Oh, I
What
will
about
say, for you,
oh,
Feijun, when we get to certain parts in this conversation, for Dark Souls 3 specifically, I will cue you in on certain things because I know you've missed optional areas in DS3 so far.
oh probably because I've been like from what you guys said, I've been steamrolling.
Oh, no,
Oh
I don't even mean it like that. I mean, like, remember the catacombs?
yeah.
You ever knock that bridge down?
Yeah. I'm not so
Did you go down there?
I went down there by accident.
Oh
Um
shit! Wait,
wait, no, no. Yeah, so okay, wait. So in the catacombs,
yeah,
I've been meaning to go back to it. I just haven't. I was because I knew it was the boss was right there. I
yeah.
just wanted to beat the boss. But in the catacombs, I some from this is like from playing Elden Ring. I feel like if I didn't play Elden Ring at all, I wouldn't have like the thought in my mind to even try it. But from playing Elden Ring, I was like, it's like I look back and I see like 30 fucking skeletons chasing me, and I just smacked the bridge and it like crit and stuff, and it fell.
Well, it's
Uh,
more about the fact you had the wherewithal to go up to a broken bridge and go, why can I use it as a ladder? That's the more
wait.
important thing.
Oh, see, I didn't know. I didn't pay no
Oh,
attention.
oh no. Okay, sorry, Feijun. When you knock that bridge down,
Yeah, you can climb back up.
if you're on the side of the bridge that goes into the boss room,
You can
and
climb it.
you can use that bridge as a ladder and go down
Okay,
into an
see
optional area.
that why Isaiah was laughing at me, bro.
Oh,
Okay,
really?
so yeah, listen. So one of the time, cause I died fighting the boss, and I had
Yeah.
to do go back to the bonfire and run all the way
Fucking
back.
love that.
So I smacked the bridge a little bit too early, and I fell down there. But I fell on the side closest to the bar,
Oh, did
and I
you
was
land in the
like,
lip?
"Yeah."
Ah.
I landed somewhere like right by. I'm guessing where you could have climbed the bridge at.
Yeah.
You
And I
got
was like,
lucky.
"Well, shit, I'm stuck down here, and I don't really want to run around and grab all these things down here right now."
Did you roll
I jumped
off?
off.
You
I
fucking
jumped off. I jumped off because I thought that was the only way to
I
get back
know.
up.
I know. It's just I would have
and I
laughed at you too.
and Isaiah was dying, bro. He said, "I'm crying, dude."
Yeah. Yeah, I would too. That's
But
fucking
like
hilarious.
like I failed right on that side. I was like, okay, I see stuff down here now, and I was like, I'm gonna come back and grab this stuff. But I was like, I want to beat this boss's ass because he was pissing me off, and I'll come back later, a little bit later. So I just like, well, how the fuck I get back up? Oh well.
Roll off, yeah. Okay. Well, we can get to that when we get there. I mean, so I guess it's just a forefront, just to start.
Uh-huh.
Spoilers. I don't think we're gonna hold back on area spoilers or boss spoilers for this conversation.
Okay.
Because I
That's fair.
don't think I think no matter how much we describe them in words, fighting
Hmm.
them will always be different.
Yeah.
So, where let's go through real fast. Where is everybody at in DS3 right now? Last bonfire you got to.
I got to the village
Okay,
right after you kill the Boreal Valley guy.
good old Vort.
I can't remember the name of the bonfire, but it's the one as soon as the one you need that little wall you need the doll for.
Um, fuck the skeleton.
Uh,
The bling god himself.
no, I don't think.
Well, the
Hey man,
thing
I
you're
killed him.
no
I
the
killed. No.
Feijong,
So
the
I'm
thing you're
passing.
describing isn't a boss. The
So
alligator? That's not a
no.
boss.
Yeah, I killed him. I
Yeah,
killed him.
yeah.
I'm talking about like you go past that, you get down that, and then once you go down, if you have the doll, you walk through that little invisible wall. It's a bonfire
Yes.
right there.
Yeah.
Not that bonfire, but the one, whatever the bonfire will be after that. It's like in
The
a
chapel.
building.
The chapel.
Yeah,
The chapel.
yeah. I'm there.
Okay. No, yeah, but you've made it to Irithyll. You have made it to the probably what is the Soul series best venue shot. You know what I mean? You know
Oh, it
how
looks beautiful. It looks beautiful.
yeah, but like when you exit the catacombs and you hit that ledge and the camera pulls back a little bit and you
Yeah, a
see
little
the
bit in that
entirety of
ridge, and you
Irithyll,
see everything.
dude,
Yeah, it's beautiful,
tell me you didn't nut when that happened.
dude. It was like,
You nut a little
okay,
bit.
so,
It's cool. You
so
can just say
yeah,
that.
it
No,
was
you don't
no,
have
no,
to
it was
say anything
cool.
else. You could just say you nutted. That's
No,
cool.
I was gonna say this. I'm gonna say I want to
he
say it's
jizzed in his
cooler than
pants.
something else.
Thank
I want to say it's cooler than something else.
you. Ooh.
When you know when you fight the Draconic Tree Sentinel in Elden Ring to go into I think Lanedale in
Yep.
Elden Ring.
Yeah, fuck that guy, but
You know
yeah.
how you have to kill him to be able to get through that door?
Sure.
Yeah.
The reveal for I like because it is kind of reveal. You have to like you walk in there. I feel like the reveal for walking into there should have been like that.
I
You know what
hear
I'm
you.
saying?
I hear you. There definitely aren't as many like area reveals that hit you as hard as Irithyll does in Elden Ring, but I think the things Elden Ring wants you to look at are always correctly framed.
Yeah.
Like I don't think the capital matters nearly as much as looking at the big ass tree when you walk in there. I think they
No,
want
that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. When I looked at it didn't feel as
Oh,
grandiose
okay.
as like with the camera. You said the camera pans out a little bit and whatnot.
Dude, they absolutely knew what they were doing on that Irithyll
Like
shot.
I feel like as soon as I got in Landale and I saw as soon as I got into the capital and I saw that tree, it should my character should have just like
Started
oh
Oh, you think
yeah.
that? I think your character should fall to the knees crying. It's so beautiful.
Yeah, it should have been like that would have should have been like but regardless, that's where I'm at
Okay.
in it right now. What about you, Connor?
I have made probably more progress than everybody else, but again,
Damn.
well, if I was thinking about it, I have already beaten the game. There is no amount of progress that I can make that will stop anybody else or will impact anybody else.
Okay.
Because I can talk about everything anyway.
All right.
Like I already got it, but seeing it again does help with certain things and like putting it into perspective. But I
Okay.
have I made it past the major boss of Irithyll before the final boss. I've
The
done the
final boss.
of Irithyll, like
Oh,
the Lord of Cinder.
I was about to say I'm that close
No,
to beat the game.
no. You still have so you'll see when you get there. I'm not gonna. We don't need to talk about
Yeah.
that more. But
Yeah.
like there's a boss in Irithyll you fight before the Lord of Cinder that is in game counted as like a trigger for events.
Oh.
So like once you beat him, NPCs will progress. That's what that is.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I beat him, and then I continued on. I'm started doing the DLC a little bit because I want, and I think this is a note for. I told Fejan, but I think Alex, I think this is good for you. Access to the first DLC you do get fairly early on in the game. You're not
Yeah.
going to be able to do it because it wants you to be pretty high level, but you should do it before you get past, like, once you fight the third Lord of Cinder, I would say go do the DLC to have access to the DLC weapons for more than the DLC, if that makes sense.
Maybe I should.
Because, like,
Yeah, because I tried running through there, and my character, like, my attack output is pretty high. My the weapon I'm using is pretty beefy already,
oh, we should go
and
through
like
what's everyone's build. Like, what's everybody doing?
I started off as a warrior because I already knew I wanted to do a strength build,
Okay.
and from what I was seeing, unless I was just blinded, like they had the highest strength off rip.
They do. You're right.
So I started with the warrior. Um, for a while I was just using the axe that they come stock with
Mm-hmm. That's a good one.
until I found the curved greatsword,
The
and I
Exile
was like, oh
Greatsword.
yeah, yeah, the exile greatsword,
God
and I
damn it.
was like, yeah, this is my shit.
That thing's
this,
too fucking good.
this is my shit. It's like the R is like you got to spin. I can put lightning grease on. Well, is it called grease? I don't
I
think
know
it's
what you
called
mean.
grease
I
paint.
know what you mean.
Like you can put lightning on it, fire on it, whatever.
Yeah, you
I
can
can just
buff it.
and I've been yeah, you can buff it. I've just been buying a lot of stuff from that. Um, wait, as far as like my Estus, I think that's what they're called.
Yeah. God,
As far as those,
the fact that it's like
I want to
you're.
call them. I want to
I
call them Elden
know.
Ring
I
items so bad.
know.
I'm so
It's
sorry.
so frustrating.
I'm so
Oh, we should,
sorry.
for context. I watched because Fajon streamed a little bit of his first time through the game. I watched it a little bit, and he saw a bonfire and was like, "Oh, is this like a grace?" And I was like, "Oh, oh, that shit hit my soul." God,
I'm sorry,
it's no, it's hilarious. I think it's fun, but you're
but
you're mainly doing strength, right?
yeah, so I'm not even joking.
Mhm.
I have no mana Estus.
That's fine.
I put one on recently just cause like the skill is a little more useful than I thought, especially for enemies that I probably shouldn't be able to kill, if that makes sense, as easily as I kill them. But
Alex, do you want your guest on screen?
but
It is record. We are recording. I want it to be known. Does she know? She should know, if anything. Anyway, so Fajon, strength build,
okay,
correct?
yeah. So I
Okay.
haven't been
Well,
using
so
it
no, like,
a
so
while.
strength.
What's your way?
Have you allocated your Estus only to healing?
Yes, but
Okay.
I did recently put one as as just because I was trying. So
Yeah,
when I
you want
was
to you
fighting,
want to
it
use the
was
buff. You want to use the your skill one.
yeah. So because it was like
Yeah.
it wasn't that I felt like I necessarily had to, but like it was certain. I don't know if we want to start talking about boss fights now,
No,
but it was
well, we
like
still got to get
certain.
through what Alex is playing and what I'm playing.
Yeah, okay. So it was certain boss fights and like situations where I was like, these things aren't even that strong, but like it's they're beating my ass because I can't keep track of all of them.
Oh, okay. I know what you mean, and we can get into that when we start talking about boss fights for sure. But Alex, what are you running?
I am running a basic ass night build.
I
Well, so like,
like
what's your primary damage stat, more or less? Strength.
Yeah, strength. I'm going strength and upping my dex. Like for every 2 to 3 strength, I'm putting dex up as
Um.
well.
Okay.
Well,
oh
not
well.
really like 2 to 3. They're pretty well
Oh, I do have.
balanced.
Oh wait, actually, my bad. I didn't mean to cut you off.
So
How
I'm
dare
doing
you?
that, keeping a little bit in vigor, keeping a little bit in endurance.
I
That's
will
pretty much what
say,
I'm doing.
Alex, just as like a note, be careful about splitting your strength and your dex. Like, what's your dex at?
I have to start up and
12,
tell you.
14,
I
16?
I
made
think
that
I'm at like
mistake.
17.
Okay, if you're at 17, I think
Oh,
that's
it's well
kind of,
25.
huh?
like level 25.
I will say, so 17 dex is probably as high as you want to go for a strength build because there is probably I don't think there's any strength weapon that has like a dex requirement above like 14.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. The fact that you said that I messed up. Isaiah did kind of spoil me and tell me that there's a NPC that you can respec, which I
Yeah.
will be going to do.
Yeah.
Because my debts, I was kind of confused at first. I felt because it was like I wasn't paying any attention. There was a weapon I thought I wanted to use,
Hmm.
so I started prepping for it, and then I found the ASL Great Sword, and I was like, I don't want to use that shit no more. so, so I was
You
like,
spec
damn it! I
for a
put all
build
this
that you don't
debts.
want to use.
I put all this debts in my freaking build. I could have put all of that in the strength, but
Yeah.
like once I find whatever that NPC is, I will be respecting because
Um,
I think the great sword only needs what 14 maybe.
something like that. I don't know. I don't know. I don't use that thing.
It's amazing.
I
I
know.
love
That's why I don't use it. Because I know if I,
it.
it's like the fucking Bloodhound Fang in Elden Ring. It's so good early game that
Yeah,
but it keeps
carry you the
being
whole
good.
game, to
Yeah, that's the problem with it.
be
Because then you're never gonna use anything else.
I think that was with like the regular great. So what
Bloodhound Great
the
Sword. That's what
no
you get
that
from the Watcher, right?
yeah the Bloodhound one I wasn't. It was still really good. I used it for. I would say I used it some, but mine was mainly the great sword, that berserk themed one.
Yeah, the
That was the
Ultra
one I
Great Sword.
mainly
Yeah,
used. Yeah,
I'm just saying, as a weapon, it's super good. The Exile Great Sword is good for a very long time, especially if you keep putting Titanite into it.
yeah.
Now, this guy,
Oh,
I have decided to be a pyromancer, so I have gone
okay,
more into spell casting, which is usually not what I do. But
okay.
man,
It's rough.
nah, there's some shit.
There's some shit. I'm
tossing
looking at it. I'm
tossing
looking at the screen now.
tossing fire. No, like so what I had there I because I know there's some weapons I want to use. I got the demon fists, of course, and that's what I've been using as my melee weapon. But there's an optional boss that gives you a really good pyromancy that does a lot of damage, and I got that. And there's some other pyromancies I need to get my hands on, but this is something that I think is really specific to the Souls games that Elden Ring doesn't really fuck with anymore, or has stayed away from. Is tomes and scrolls. You've probably picked them up and don't know what they do.
I don't. I
Okay.
have some, and I don't know what the fuck I was looking at.
Okay, so I guess this is we can start talking about the game in itself at this point. I think this is a good place because it is. I don't want to call it an antiquity because Dark Souls 3 is the most recent of the Souls games to still have this stuff. But in Dark Souls 3, how you get or how you learn new spells, pyromancies, all that stuff is through you have to find an NPC who can act as your teacher, and then when you talk to them, you have the option to give them uh the the
Bro,
book more or less that is
uh,
associated with their spells. Like for the pyromancer, there's an NPC who you get who you rescue at the village Alex is at. He's in like a high tower in a cage, and you can talk to him, and he'll go back to the hub, and you can talk to him there and give him tomes that you find in the different zones that will teach. It'll go like, oh, I have now learned new pyromancies you can buy from me. There's a
oh,
guy in Farron Keep who you meet, and he goes, I will go back to your hub as long as you bring me scrolls to learn more magic, and then I'll sell that magic to you.
okay.
There are so, like Elden Ring, you know how you found like every spell in the game just on the floor somewhere? More or less?
Yeah,
No, not here.
eventually, yeah.
Not here.
Cause like it was some of them I was like, well, yeah, I can buy it from some of the people
Yeah.
in the
People
uh
in Elden Ring either already know it and will sell it to you, or you just find it
or
on the
you
floor or
eventually
off
you just
enemies.
find it. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, not here. If you want to use magic in this game, you have to find a scroll or tome, give it to a specific NPC, and then they will learn it and then sell it to you. Honestly, talking about it, I think that sucks.
Yeah. That was about to say that sounds
It's not great, mainly
less
because No, honestly, the biggest issue with it is the amount of souls the good spells require is a lot, and you don't know if it's good or not until you buy
Till
it.
you buy it.
More or
Yeah.
less, you can read the description and get an idea, but it's really not the
Like if you
same.
can't see it, you like
Yeah.
it's like there's some like that how I feel about some spells in Elden Ring. When I was trying to like use faith, like I was just respecting just playing around with stuff.
Hmm.
It was like, oh, create a cloud that rains down fire upon enemies, and the cloud is the fucking size of my character. Like, and it's not, and like if they even move, even so, like as
Yeah.
I'm casting this spell, it just straight up doesn't hit them.
No, I think you two playing through this as more or less your first time through the game with a just like melee centered build is probably the best way to go about it. I think that's the safest bet in terms of just like
That what I
complexity.
was, yeah, I was thinking that what
Well,
I,
also complexity and where to spend your levels because having
yeah,
to having to put points in attunement fucking blows.
dude, I was freaking that what my thing was because even with Elden Ring, sometimes I get confused. Even though I have so many hours, I still get confused about okay, what stat is gonna boost the damage of this the most? Like
Oh,
some weapons is like pretty obvious,
yeah, okay.
and
That's
then it's
fair.
other doors was like okay, mate. So I need to like at a certain point stop putting because it's like for example, I hate to keep referencing Elden Ring,
Well, I
but
mean, it's your
that's
only frame of
I want
reference
to
like it
yeah.
yeah.
So like in there it's like
Oh, keep going. I'm going to get up for a second.
it's like it's like katanas where it's like yeah you need a certain amount of depth to use these. So in your mind, you would think, okay, I need to keep putting decks into into my katana or my samurai build, whatever you want to call it. But at a certain point, you're just doing yourself a disservice by not immediately once you maybe like 2 points. In some cases, not even over. Like you just hit the requirement and everything else goes to arcane. Because it's more than likely if you're using a katana, you're only using it for bleed. So not putting it in the arcane, you're just doing yourself a disservice. But you wouldn't think that because this katana has a freaking 20 dex requirement, and you only have 11 dex, so you would think you need the 20 for you more than the 20 to keep boosting the weapons damage. But that's why I was like, okay, yeah. That's why when I came in here, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna just fine. I'm gonna just make a strength build because I know for sure that vigor, strength, and I think vitality is the endurance here or the stamina here, whichever one
Endurance.
it is. Uh, I know those. I know exactly what those three are gonna do for me, and how that's gonna play out. Like with the amount of what damage I'm put out. I was
So,
like, yeah, I'm gonna need some range, but I'm gonna just buy these little fire bombs
I
for that.
will I will say you're a little bit incorrect on some of the stat stuff. Like
Oh,
so if the requirement of the weapon is 20 dex or 20 strength whatever and you hit that number and now you can use the weapon properly, putting more points into we'll use dex is probably the better example. If you put more points into dex, it increases the dex scaling damage on the weapon. So you know how it's like 100 plus and then a number?
yeah.
Yeah, so that your more points into that stat increase the scaling damage more. So having like I mean upgrading the weapon also increases it, but it's still your stat number does play off of it.
Okay.
So it's not like it's wrong to pump dex to 40 even though the weapon only requires you to have 20. The other 20 points are still going to help you do more damage.
Well, no, this okay. I maybe said it wrong. Not necessarily that it wouldn't help. I know it's still gonna help.
Hmm.
I mean more so necessarily for it get confusing when you want to go for certain things. Like if
Oh,
you're
yeah.
making a
Oh,
blood build
oh
or
yeah.
bleed build, why there's no reason to put like you can still put if you just have that many rooms that just pump into it, yeah, go for it. But like if we're talking about optimizing, it's like you're going through your first time, you know what you want. It's like just put in the arcane, dude. Like the return for damage you're gonna get once something does start bleeding is better. That was just an example I was
Yeah, I
giving.
mean, okay, to be fair though, I think this is a greater point of the conversation. the Souls series like stats and how they work have always been weird, and they change between every single fucking game. Like Dark Souls 1, 2, and 3 have different ways stats work.
Why?
Exactly.
You would
It's
think
a problem.
that is a problem because I would go from the first game and I'm like, yeah, I know what I'm doing now. I know
Dude,
how to.
there's a stat in Dark Souls 2 that makes your roll have more invincibility and you drink your Estus faster.
That
Yes.
sounds like it should be. Is that?
It's a
Oh my
garbage
god.
stat and it sucks you have to put points into it.
Is there? Okay, I want to ask this question. Are I guess like rings and talisman because I think because
Rings or
Elden Ring has had
talismans.
them.
Rings or talismans.
Were those always things?
Yes.
Always things in the games?
Yeah,
That's
rings have always been a thing, but in Dark Souls 1, you can only wear 2. And then I think Dark Souls 2 is the one that started letting you have 4.
that okay. That sounds like something that should be a ring or talisman. That
Oh,
stat
oh,
sounds like something that should be a ring or talisman.
no, yeah, like just Dark Souls 2 is such a weird like it has some good ideas, but there are some bad ideas in there too.
They were just trying shit. It was their experimental baby.
A little bit like Dark Souls 2 is where power stancing comes from. That's the game that lets you do that first, which is the best part
Oh,
about Dark Souls 2. Do you know what I mean when I say power stancing?
yeah, you hold two of the same weapon.
Yes, okay. Yeah, well yeah, just to make sure because I know that there's power stancing and then there are weapons that are
You gotta hold
dual
it
or like there are two weapons in one weapon.
one already.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see. So that's the biggest thing. Magic I mean,
I see you throwing fireballs. It looks fun.
it's not bad. It's better when you get later naturally. There's just more spells. But Dark
Yeah.
Souls 3 is definitely the last place that you're going to really deal with a lot of the weirdness with weirdness, I should put quotes around that, in spellcasting because I literally have two tomes for pyromancies that the first NPC you find who teaches you pyromancies, he won't read them to you.
Why? Because
Uh
he like you have to go to
no,
the one
because
that's
one is,
stronger.
oh, that one's too evil. And then this one's like, well, that one should be read by a woman because that's like the lore behind it. And I'm like,
What?
fucking read the book.
Read the book.
Let me learn this shit. And so I know the NPC he's talking about, and I got to go get her to even have the
If
ability
you
to
don't,
look at the spells.
if you don't have the knowledge for that, you just like,
Yeah,
what
you
the fuck
like
am I doing?
a little bit. It's pretty rough sometimes, but I think that's the biggest thing in the older games, like 1, 2, and 3, of like actually no, 2 doesn't have I don't think 2 has the book stuff where you have to give a scroll to someone and they read it and they sell it to you. I don't think 2 has that. I don't think 1 has that either actually. It doesn't matter. Um I don't like it in 3. I don't really like the system there. I can understand that they want to limit the amount of NPCs you have to interact with to get new spells, but
Hmm.
I'm not the biggest fan of it.
Okay. So, is there? What do we want to go on to next? Now that we talked about, everybody's build, what they're running through this playthrough, because I
Um
feel like you have some things you want to ask since you're the veteran here.
Oh, yeah, I guess. I'm trying to think of like what's a question that like both of you could probably answer relatively. Oh, how was the tutorial zone for everyone
Surprisingly easy.
coming from
Um,
Elden Ring?
yeah, coming from Elden Ring, it was surprisingly easy. I feel like
Oh,
because the
wait.
tutorial started
Sorry.
with
I have a
what?
better question. How was that opening cutscene? Did it make any sense to you?
No.
Not at
Okay.
all.
Okay, I thought this would be an issue, so I think this is actually the best place to start because so as having never beaten Dark Souls 1 or 2, 2 matters a little bit less, but 1 is probably the more important thing for the both of you. Like the creation myth and how the world works isn't in your brain at all.
Okay.
Like what part of that opening cutscene did when the narrator said a word did you go, "What the fuck are you talking about?
It wasn't more so what the fuck were you talking about for me. It was more so that I could obviously tell that I that there was some prior knowledge from someplace else that I didn't have.
I'm not,
Like,
Bejan, I'm not gonna lie to you. That feeling is only going to get stronger, and you're going to hit certain zones and see certain things. And like me, my first time through, I was like, "Oh shit, that's a reference to that thing, or that's that." You will not get that.
I will not get
You will
it
not get
wasn't
that.
yeah, it wasn't so much as like he wasn't necessarily making sense.
Mm-hmm.
It was more so as like, yeah, I can clearly tell that I don't there's some pre-provided knowledge from somewhere else that I don't know what the fuck or who the fuck or what even is this thing.
Okay. So as a brief context, for the opening cutscene at least. So the gimmick of Dark Souls is in the first game, the game says, "Go link the first flame." The
Hmm.
first flame is going out. Go light that shit up. And
Okay.
the how it works is to link the fire or to make the fire continue to go, you give up your own life. Like you throw yourself onto the fire basically, and it keeps itself lit.
Okay.
The third game is saying at the beginning is saying nobody has done this in a while. And so the first flame, as like its own power in the universe, has
Uh-huh.
started making people who did link the fire come back to link it again. And those people said, "Nah, fuck that."
We're not killing ourselves.
Pretty much.
Okay. So all right,
And then there's you, who never even got there to link it, are coming back because the fire is so desperate that it's just
for
bringing back
somebody.
whoever.
Okay, so I can't I didn't understand
Well,
as
no,
much
yeah,
as you're
you're
explaining it,
Feijan,
but I
I'm
kind of
not
was like
expecting you to. It's impossible.
it sounded a lot similar to like, hey, Cosmic Bean needs you to do this thing,
Yep.
even though Cosmic Bean originally said fuck you in the first place.
No, not really.
Kinda.
No.
No?
The fire has never been like
Not fuck you, but like the reason for your demise.
no, actually.
No?
No.
Really?
So the first flame, I'm probably gonna get a lot of this wrong lore wise. You're probably better off going to Vati Vidya after we play
Okay.
through a couple more of these games to get like
Hmm.
the lore. But the first flame is actually more of an analogy for like entropy, like things just
Okay.
fading over time no matter what. Like
Okay.
the first flame will go out. It's just a matter of like prolonging its time.
Okay.
And darkness in the universe is more a reference, not a reference, but like darkness is mankind. So as
Mm,
fire goes, dark comes, and dark isn't great. It's pretty fucked up when you see what it can do in some of like the past games and even in this game a little bit. But it's it will happen. It's just people desperately struggling against the dying of the light. Feijan, you have your hand up.
you saying this,
Uh huh.
and my brain has been ticking. There's gonna be some fucker who is like, who's done this whole process and knows how fucked up it is, and it opposes the process that's trying to kill me, isn't there?
That's the player.
Oh, that's me.
That's you.
Oh,
There's like seven
okay.
endings to this game, dude,
Oh shit.
and they all culminate in choices you have absolutely missed.
Oh my god.
Yeah. We can, if anything, you know what we should do? We should have a stream after we beat the game where I just pull up YouTube videos of all the endings. Because there's
Oh
there's
my god.
there's some interesting ones in there. But overall, the player is the one that
Is that
knows
guy?
is more or less that guy. There are people in universe who say this is bullshit. I'm not gonna do it, but they don't. know. They just don't want to do it.
Okay.
Yeah, they don't have the knowledge that you as the player have.
All right.
Yeah. But
Um,
I feel like, let's start again down the line. So Alex Fajon, then myself. What are some issues you guys are kind of running into as a game?
Keep getting my ass
back.
beat.
Oh, okay, that's a good one. That's a good one.
It's not necessarily an issue, but it's more of so. Like I said, I'm kind of like a fake Dark Souls fan. I don't really play them as much as you guys do because I know Connor, you played it for years.
Yeah,
I still remember going back to your house back in like high school and seeing you play Dark Souls 2 and having you and DJ scream at each other.
because that game sucks, but yeah.
Yeah. So like me, I was like kind of outsider looking in. For me, it's like understanding that I need to take a little bit longer and be a little bit more patient
hmm
and like learn enemies' attacks because Connor, you know my ADHD ass. I want to get in and I want to start going, going, going.
That's I mean that
Oh,
and that is a way to do it, but like
we gotta have the health for that.
you gotta have the health, but also like memorization of where enemies are is always gonna play a huge role.
They just jump out at you all the time. I feel
Oh
like
yeah.
half that game is just jump out from the sidewall and take out half
Oh
your health.
yeah.
Dude,
So
you just kind of
yeah, that
fuck you
was.
up.
If I was playing this as a new Souls person, that would have pissed me off. But like, it was a certain corners I saw that I was like, "It's gonna be a fucker behind there, isn't there?"
Yep.
And I was
I'm
just
just
wait.
walking around with a shield up.
I was like either just rolled past or I just walked around like, "You right there?" Because it was like a ledge in the catacombs where I was like, I feel like somebody's gonna try to push me off this ledge from one of these goddamn. And sure enough, for skeleton, sure they come. But my bad, Alex. Continue. You can go. You can continue.
Nah, no, but like yeah, like you just get jumped every fucking second in that game. It's like at some point it's just like it's kind of like some video games that rely on jump scares way too much. That's what it feels like with Dark Souls 3. There's too many people just hanging out in corners, just ready to stab you. And so now, like, I'm face checking every corner with my shield up.
Yep.
Like, oh, what's going on?
Yeah, I will
But yeah,
say, yeah, definitely over time, Dark Souls like 1 and 2, also, they didn't have nearly as much as this, but it was there. So I think they played into it a little hard in this game. I think they definitely wanted to do a little bit too much of that in this, and it's definitely a little like, yeah,
It
okay, I
shows.
get it. Like,
We
you
get
kicked me
it,
off the
bro.
ledge again.
We get it,
yes,
bro.
yes, of that, and kind of understanding all the little different things of Dark Souls and like what you can do, especially like when it comes down to the level up. Like when you're
Ah,
up,
yeah.
like upgrading your stats, like there's not a whole lot of explanation that, like you were saying, like in Dark Souls 2, you had like attunement, which you had to level up in order to
Adaptability.
faster. Sorry, adaptability
Yeah,
to chug
adaptability is a
units
bullshit
faster.
stat. And I will
That's
say, there is like a slight thing that helps a little bit. I think if you're playing on controller, you can hit like select or start on the stat menu in your pause screen, and you can like hover over the stats, and they tell you a little bit more about them and what they do. But
Hmm.
even that thing doesn't tell you everything.
Yeah,
yeah. That's I feel like I'm with Alex on that. Like a lot of the, it seems a lot more vague than what I know. Like even with figuring out where to go, and I feel like Dark Souls is a lot more linear than maybe not a lot more, but it's definitely at least from what I was seeing, it feels more linear than like Elden Ring.
In
So,
terms
but
of stats.
no, just like in general.
Oh,
Like the game in general feels a little bit more linear
oh yeah.
as opposed to
Oh well, okay.
Elden Ring.
To be fair, you're
But
not playing an open world game anymore.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. It feel for a game that is more linear than Elden Ring. It feels a lot more vague on what the fuck I need to do. Like
Hmm.
so, okay. So so for example,
hmm
I feel like I would have spent a lot more time figuring out where the fuck to go for that doll
Oh,
if Isaiah wasn't in that call, and he gave me he said something about a general direction. Like I feel like I probably would have never figured out. It would have take. I wouldn't be. I feel like I wouldn't be as far as I am in the game if I didn't. I feel like I honestly feel like I would have just got stuck for a long time because I'm like, how the fuck am I supposed to traverse this area and figure out where the fuck I need to go to, and then I got to fight this sage motherfucker. And then I gotta go through the chapel. Then I gotta loop all the way back around the chapel, get the bonfire that I was just at, go back, go up the lift, figure out that
Okay,
I gotta
wait.
walk.
To be fair, those are shortcuts. I wouldn't say that's like a progression issue. Those are shortcuts to make it easier to go through the chapel.
See, even then, that was that. He didn't even like give me like a thing. He was like, maybe check over there. To
Oh,
be
okay,
honest,
yeah.
he
Well,
was.
to be fair, that's the better way to do it. You don't want someone telling you where to
Yeah,
go.
I didn't want to be told, but like I genuinely feel like it would have take because my original thought was
My foot down.
because in Elder Ring the freaking the Deadless medallions, that shit's damn near at the start of the game. You can get both of those at the start of the game. So I was
Oh,
like,
yeah.
maybe this is a thing I need to go back to the start. So originally I started looking in the first 2 3 areas, and I was like, where the fuck?
Okay. It's just like a blanket thing. This game is not going to have stuff like that. It's not going to have like special medallions to open an elevator to go somewhere. That's very much an open world thing. I know that like your thought process is not wrong though. Like the fact that the game tells you go find a doll, but the
And
doll is the end of another zone.
yeah, like I didn't like I'm going this way. I'm thinking, okay, this is like somewhere there's something I didn't fight, which I it would that was the case.
Yeah.
But I wasn't thinking it was in a entire other sector that I haven't been to yet. I'm thinking it's like somewhere I was already at because there was. I'm not gonna lie, there were a few enemies. Like one of these shits that's on screen. I don't know their specific enemy type,
Which one?
but like these the
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 big the
witch
big
lady that hugged you.
the
Yeah.
they're called the evangelists.
Well, okay, enemies like there was like enemies like that where I was like, because there's enemies like that in Elder Ring where like you kill them and you get stuff that you can use later. But I thought it was a situation where like it's like something like this, or it's like one of those like fake boss enemies
Yeah.
type of deals
Yeah.
that I needed. I was thought it was something like that I needed to fight in an area I already been to. I didn't think it was like an entire new area that I haven't been to that I had to go find and then get to.
Okay, that kind of begs the question then, were you ever going to go down that path you didn't take? Cuz
I
this
would.
sounds like
Okay,
you
wait.
were trying to avoid not going down
No,
that
no,
way.
it wasn't more so like a avoiding. It was like it seemed like the way I was going was where I was supposed to be. Um,
Yeah, okay.
and
Yeah,
that was
okay.
like,
That's not
eh,
that's not wrong,
hold on,
but yeah.
I'm trying to figure out how to explain. It was like it wasn't that wasn't some place because I'm like I said, I wanted to go back and go like where that British snapped at, and I can go down and grab all that stuff.
Yeah.
I didn't necessarily do that, but that was because I was trying to do something else at the time. I
That's
wanted
yeah,
to
yeah.
beat the boss and see what was behind the
I
boss,
know.
and like
Oh, no.
and a little bit.
So I know what you mean because you're trying to close funnels. You're trying to like close or finish things off.
Yeah.
But
So
like,
I was like,
when were you
okay, I
gonna
needed.
do it?
Well, the idea was once I figured out what the doll was.
Oh, okay. All right.
That was my original thing. So I was like, so from playing right there, like it's the two NPCs you meet. I forgot the
Henri and
name.
Horace.
Yeah, the dude that don't talk or whatever.
Oh yeah, Horace.
Essentially, what I picked up from them was the way I was going was
Yeah.
where I needed to be because
Yeah.
they were going to be there too.
Yeah.
So I didn't even think that like, okay, this is the quest I'm on right now.
Yep.
This is what I'm supposed to be doing. That path over there is probably has like a cool weapon that I can just grab later, which I am going to go grab once I get the bonfire. That's where they're talking about. So I
Well,
got
no,
there. I got the bonfire.
you have the
What?
bonfire they were basically talking about.
I see. I didn't know that. I'm talking about the one once you actually get to the bridge and the big alligator there.
I can show you where later. I can show you that.
I probably do, but I thought from my understanding, I was like, okay, the direction I'm going is where I'm supposed to be. So once I got that bonfire by the bridge, I start running across the bridge and I kill the alligator and I get to the end and it's like I need a dog and I'm like, a fucking dog? Did I miss something in the first few areas? I didn't think like the obscure path over here was the one that I needed to go to. It was like, and then the situation. Then another thing, the situation with the another thing that's vague, which I guess she's saying just random stuff. But the little bird or whatever that is, at the fire link,
Oh, pickle pea.
like yeah,
No,
pickle.
pumperum. So
If
I will say that is vague, but that has just been more of like a reference through the games more than anything else.
okay,
Like they're just in each game. It's like patches.
so yeah, but so I just started dropping stuff, and like if I just brought stuff from everything and just started dropping stuff, but then it's like why another thing? Why is there a paywall behind the freaking key to the tower?
Oh, okay, yeah, like dude, that shit sucks for sure.
That too, like
20,000's a
so,
lot.
yeah, 20,000. I can see if it was like 10, or if there was like something. If like she had a request, like, "Hey, kill this thing and bring me something." But 20,000 for what you got, which I don't feel like wasn't enough.
Oh, did you get it?
Yeah,
Oh, so
I brought it.
so you got the Firekeeper soul.
It was a what now?
You said you bought the key, right?
From the lady in Firelink,
Yeah.
and then you went through the tower,
Yeah.
and then granted I did do this pretty late, so I was like half asleep. So I probably do have, and I'm just not thinking. But I did go through the tower. I dropped down, went on the roof, went back up, opened the other gate on the other side, and all that.
I'll show you later.
You have to show me.
I'll
I
show you.
don't know.
I'll
I'm
show
not,
you later.
but
I will
it's
say,
a lot.
hey Alex, did you pay for that key?
Which key?
The key to that tower in Firelink?
The one I had to go up
No, you did the
for the
jump,
bird?
right? You did the jump.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck that.
Yeah. So, Feijun, fun fact, this is
A
not
tree.
no, yeah, there's a spot in the game where if you get the angle right, you can just jump up and avoid having to pay for the key.
Hmm.
Now, to be fair, that's not intended. That's just like a bug that never got fixed or a slope that didn't get planed.
Okay.
Yeah, that's not intentional. But if you wanted
So,
to avoid having to pay for that key, yeah, you could. There was a jump you could make.
well, this just feels vague in there. It's also like,
I think your feelings on the vagueness of where to go is more justified than the pickle pea and pumperum thing.
yeah,
The pickle pea and pumperum thing doesn't
that's
matter.
kind of like that was like a side thing, but
Yeah,
the titanium shards and everything they were useful. But
tight
this
night.
again, and this is that the vagueness of just the world for it being a more linear game that just doesn't make sense to me. Not saying it's a bad thing, but like
To be fair,
when
it
I
it feels it feels vague, but you would have had to have gone down that path anyway at some point.
yeah, at some point I would have to, but for progression's sake, I, f-
Go on.
I feel like I would have spent way longer figuring out. At least this is my case. I would have spent more time figuring out that's where I need to go than I probably should have if Isaiah was like go that general direction. I feel like I would have spent way too long figuring that out because again, that felt like a side area initially. That was kind of not optional, but was like you're probably gonna have to go here at some point because you might need something. But it didn't feel like a force. It was like it felt like there was like a way to just go around that and continue progressing the story.
Yeah.
At least
Well,
that general
that's
area.
that's kind of how that's kind of how all the Dark Souls games are in a way. Like you can not go down a path, but you will eventually have to go down that path anyway.
Yeah,
The
like
biggest thing is, I'll just say that I don't think this is a big deal to say. There are no optional zones that aren't behind a wall, like that aren't behind an invisible wall or an illusory wall or a weird ass bridge like we were talking about that turns into a fucking ladder for some reason.
Mhm.
There are no optional zones that are not like obscured in some way.
Okay.
And it feels vague and I think that's fair, but once you like if you fully explore a zone, it becomes clear that it everything is kind of a straight line. There's just way more dead ends.
Okay.
Like in Dark
Okay.
Souls 1, every path's dead end is a major boss, whereas there are bosses in this game that don't feel major or are kind of a gimmick, but you continue after them.
Okay.
I think the big like to that point, I think Fair and Keep is a really good example of that. Like when you fought the Abyss Watchers,
Oh,
that
whoa,
that
let's
that
get the bosses.
well, okay. Well, I'm just
Go ahead.
in terms of like progression, the Abyss Watchers is absolutely a major boss, but you continue past them. Whereas before in other games, that would be an end point. You would stop going forward after that.
So, on the topic of bosses, before I get to the bosses, I have to tackle transportation and traveling in this game. That
Transportation.
shit sucks.
What do you mean?
That shit, it fucking sucks.
What do you mean?
If okay, again, have to reference Elden Ring. This and again, I hate to do this. Maybe this is something they approved upon from other games that they made. Don't really know. But with Elden Ring, let's say you die to the boss, right?
Okay.
You, for the most part, don't have to travel. Like if there's an enemy, if there's a specific enemy in front of the boss and you kill it, you're not going to see that enemy again. You have free reign for the most part, unless it's like the catacombs. You have free reign to walk back to that boss and try to fight
Okay,
him again.
okay, okay. Hold on. Stakes of America is not a fair comparison.
Yeah, oh that too. Yeah, no,
that
don't care.
like
It's
like
either there's
no
either.
okay, okay.
Go ahead.
That's a quality of life improvement that was made to Elden Ring because of Dark Souls.
Okay, that's what I was saying. I didn't know if
Yes.
this was something they did recently because of people
Oh,
complaining about it Dark Souls,
oh yeah.
but I am sticking up for those people once again because I feel the same. That there is no fucking way the bonfire should be 10 miles down the road and I have to run through five
Oh,
enemies that.
Feijun, you're gonna be a fucking treasure when we play Dark Souls 1. Oh my fucking
There is
god.
no
You are gonna
there,
be the most precious little thing. I can't
dude.
fucking wait.
Dude, there in what world does it make sense for the bonfire to be so far that I have to run through like the Abyss
Oh
Watchers?
my god. I'm
You that
so
bonfire,
excited.
I have to run through the two I forgot the enemy type, but the two dudes with the swords, the little skeleton armor looking dudes. I have to
Yeah.
I have to either evade or fight them. Then there's three more enemies, two
Yep.
that shoot, one that shoots poison gas, two with swords. Then there's two more enemies that
Yep.
got spears that also can poison you. A lot of the times I was getting to the Abyss Watcher with like three Estus for no
Okay.
fucking reason.
Okay, I will say, again, I think this is a good conversation point, and I think this is a fair issue to have, but I think the only reason you even have this issue is because you started with Elden Ring, which is an improved game on Dark Souls 3.
I don't
You are
you
playing an antiquated game, kind of.
okay,
And these are fair complaints to have, but you got to give it some leeway.
Connor, I do understand what you're saying. Where you feel like I genuinely don't feel like it's only because I play Elden Ring. That just makes no fucking sense to me because it like I did all that work to get there, and like I have to do even more work to get back there. It's like
Yeah.
I want to. It like it was. I legit almost hopped off.
Oh,
and say I'm not in fact that bitch watch another time because I was like taking so much damage just getting there. Now, and the reason I say that is because in Elden, I don't feel like it's like that because in Elden Ring there are some bosses like there, like
yeah.
Radagon's dog or the fox. I forgot his name. His dog.
The fox. Yeah, the red
Yeah, the
wolf.
fox. The red wolf.
The
Yeah,
fox. Sorry.
the fox. The nine-tailed fox.
Shut up.
But so the Grace is in the same building,
Yeah.
but you still have to run through like some enemies to get there if you do die to him, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
But
It's way
those
less.
enemies,
It's way
yeah,
less. Yeah.
it's less, and then those enemies
They're easy to
aren't
avoid.
so strong to the point to where like even if I did had to stop and fight some of them, it's doable. Those freaking skeleton dudes, it's like I try to, it's like they're doing more damage to me than the fucking Abyss Watcher.
I will say, I want to ask, did you find the bonfire that's like to the right of that
I did,
area? Okay,
I
okay.
did.
So you were making that run.
So yeah,
Okay, okay. No, I mean that's a better
I
run
found
than from the
I
other
found
one.
at first I tried at first I tried the one where you it's like the three on the bridge and it's like in that little like room and like if you stand up and turn around, it's like three enemies right behind you on that
Yeah.
little like weak that where at first I was like, yeah, this is not working. Then I found that bonfire to the right. But it was like, dude, this is fucking ridiculous. Same thing with the skeleton in the cave that comes from the darkness, which was a cool touch. I'm not gonna lie, that was a cool touch.
Are you
But
fighting every enemy that's on the path?
no, I'm not.
Okay, okay. No, I'm just
I was just
curious.
saying, I was just saying, like, for one, there are gonna be some people that try to do that and not knowing better. But I learned from Elden Ring, luckily, that I don't have to fight everything to get back to the boss. But it's like at least in a where that bridge at where you could chop and the enemies can fall down. Even sometimes there, one of the cloak skeleton dudes would hit me with a knife in my back as I'm running.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm already down some health immediately going into the boss fight.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
like
That it does suck. It definitely sucks. And like the Stake of America and Grace placement in Eldering is such a fucking improvement on the whole thing.
so
Yeah.
that so that's my only what I guess the for lack of a better word transportation or
Honestly,
fast travel or whatever.
I mean, if we just no. I mean, we can just call it boss runs suck is probably the
Also
thing.
another thing, one more thing to add to that.
Mm.
I hate the fact that I have to sit at a bonfire to go to a different bonfire. I'm not I'm lazy.
Oh, oh
I
yeah.
like I don't care for that either.
Yep.
Again, I'm sure that's a quality of life improvement from previous Dark Souls games inside
Oh,
the Elden Ring. But
yeah, no, so in Dark Souls 1, you unlock fast travel or that type of fast travel like halfway through the game. Up
it
and
is a thing.
yeah, well, okay, not really. So in Dark Souls 1, until you get a specific item from a character, you can't fast travel. You can only fast travel to specific bonfires. You don't get to pick any bonfire in a zone. And I mean that's pretty much the biggest thing with that. In Dark Souls 2, it became every bonfire in a zone. And then
So
now you have 3.
so why they what happened?
No, I mean no, Dark Souls 2 and 3 have the same fast travel system.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But I don't like that you have to sit at the bonfire to do it.
Yeah.
Maybe that's just I'm a pampered little fucker.
No, listen,
But
no. These are fair complaints. It's just Elden Ring is the response to these complaints. Like you're seeing,
fair
you are seeing
You're
the
seeing the culmination of work that came
improvements.
after.
Yeah.
yes, you're going
Okay.
back in time, and you're only gonna get more annoyed and more frustrated as we go back in time.
Like
It's
going
it,
from like Black Ops 6 to Call of Duty 1.
yeah.
Well,
Did you want to
I say
sprint? That's nice.
um. So now that I've talked about the transportation to these boss fights, I want to
I
talk
like you
about
keep
these
saying
boss fights.
transportation.
I'm calling it transportation. Now I've tackled the transportation to these boss fights. I want to talk about the actual boss fights. There are my biggest weakness when it comes, at least this is an Elden Ring too. When it came to fighting anything or just fighting in general, is if there is a group or if there are, especially if it's an enemy type that's like ridiculously fast, like dogs.
Yeah.
That's my biggest weakness. I don't want to fight anything like that because for one, it's annoying to keep up with, it's hard to track, whatever. Most of the boss fights from my memory, or honestly, none of them in Elden Ring were like, yeah, you're fighting this one dude for the most part, and that's it. It's small side bosses that could summon some stuff, or like had little enemies that help. I think like
Yeah.
in the catacombs there was a stone, something that he had like little stone
No,
gremlins that helped
I
him
know
fight.
I know exactly what you mean. Yeah.
But
Ads,
for the
ads.
most part, for the most part, the story bosses from my memory, none of them had like, yeah, this is like a one on one. You got summons or whatever, but it's a one on one for the most part. You're fighting this thing. All you have to worry about is fighting this thing, and putting your skill to the test when it comes to fighting this thing. I don't see how motherfuckers did no hit runs inside this fucking game.
Oh, yeah. Well,
Eh,
that's the
You might
impressive. That's definitely the
you are
impressive part.
you Elden Rank is like I can see it because like you're for the most part fighting one thing. This shit is too many boss fights and like necessary boss fights for sure. Where it's like I start beating this thing's ass just because I'm a Giga Chad and I'm good like that. I start beating this
Wow.
thing's
What?
ass.
Okay. Okay.
It's too many boss fights where I start beating something's ass. Oh, and the immediate response is, yeah, here's another one.
Time to
I
jump.
know what I know, yeah, I know what the Abyss Watchers, like you said, it's the Abyss Watchers.
Yeah.
I don't, that makes no, I get it, but at the same time, it's like when I came in here, he was fighting another one.
Yeah.
Why does, I can see if like he goes to, the other one goes to fight him and you hit him and they both aggro you,
So
but it's like,
I did want to ask.
go ahead.
Uh, did you get to the point in the fight where the third one shows up?
Yes.
Okay.
So that was my crutch. I'm gonna be honest with you. That was my crutch
Yeah, he's
because
awesome.
yeah. So I can see if it's like you start. I don't like how that boss fight was because like you get the cutscene shows him fighting another one.
Yeah.
Why are we spawning one once I start beating his ass that immediately attacks me from the back that I know nothing about?
Yeah. No,
Like
it's cheap. Yeah. I think
it's
that's a fair
cheap,
complaint.
especially if like it's a situation where like he got a good hit off on me and I'm trying to heal, and like out of nowhere I get slashed in the back and die. So eventually I got to the point of the fight was okay, I know it's one gonna spawn eventually once I get him to a certain health pool. The other one spawned, and I was like, oh shit, I gotta fight three. But he started fighting them.
Yep.
I was like, okay, cool. So I started beating his ass. Mine's getting fucked up by the original, by the way.
Yep.
I beat the cone, and
Oh,
it I beat the cone, and I started fighting him or whatever.
he did get back up.
And then he gets, yeah, they get that too. He got back up. After a while, I start fighting him. I'm like, I'm trying to heal or whatever.
Yep.
Out of nowhere, slash in the back. I'm like, dude, no fucking way. I thought it was just like a fake false phase two type of thing where like that just happens like once in the fight and I don't have to worry about it no more. So I get slashed in the back. Die. After
Yeah.
that, okay, oh cool. I have to kill him before it spawns again. Complete that.
Yep.
I'm thinking it's good. I have the footage for this, by the way. I'm making a YouTube video out of this,
That's fine.
by the way. I'm just letting you know.
That's fine.
But he spawns,
Mhm.
at least off my footage, I'm making a video. He dies, or
Yeah.
at least I think he dies, and
Who
it
gets
goes
up?
into a cutscene.
Yep.
And
Yep.
in my mind, in the video, I literally said, "Dear God, please don't let there be phase two. There is no way he has a phase two
And he's so much
after this,
stronger.
and he's so much stronger. There was no, he has a fucking phase two. I literally screamed in my record. I was pissed.
Yeah.
So not only did so that whole sequence is like not only Combined with the transportation, at least for this specific one, combined with the transportation, not only do I have to like traverse through all these enemies to get back to him, I have to fight him. I have to make sure I don't get slashed in the back by one of the clones that spawn. I have to kill him before another clone spawns. Then I have to fight him in a phase 2. And I have to do all this with what doesn't seem like enough health. I'm gonna be completely honest with you. The only reason I beat him was because I brought some embers from the lady
Mm.
so I could have more health, and I didn't use it as a I wasn't using it as a increase my health type of thing because your SS only feels so much. I use it as
Mid-fight
a
heal.
yeah, no, more so
Oh.
as like a phase 2 type of thing to reset. Like
Okay. Yeah.
that what I use it as. Like I was after a while I made it. I think I died about 20 times fighting them.
Yep.
But after a while, I was like, after like fight 9, fight 10, I was like, okay, I can make it to phase 2 comfortably. So once I figured out, like, yeah, he's way stronger in phase 2. My counter to that was like, okay, as soon as I get to phase 2, I'm gonna try to like use my S's as least as possible. Once I get to phase 2, I'm popping this Ember, not only like to regen whatever health I lost, but to increase my health pool
Yeah.
because he just hits harder. That was honestly the only way I could figure out to beat him.
That's that,
Now,
that's perfectly fair.
now with the Sage, same situation. She was so ass. Like the boss wasn't even fucking hard. I I feel like I could have beaten her
She's
without leveling up
ass.
my character any. She was ass.
Oh, to be fair, that is definitely an earlier boss. You definitely went farther than
Okay,
not intended, but she's definitely an early boss.
okay.
Yeah.
When I fought her, like once you get her certain immediate response, I'm gonna spawn a bunch of clones of me. And you have to figure out which one. Which it wasn't hard to figure out which one is her because she's the only one doing. At
Purple.
least from what I saw, like the purple
Mm-hmm.
eye crystal spells. So it was easy to find her. But like once you see her, it's like trying to get to her and run through her without getting hit by crystal shards. That
Yep.
was fucking annoying. Um, the what's the skeleton's name in the cave? I don't remember his name. I don't remember the name. The skeleton that comes from the
I
shadows
know.
by the bridge.
Yeah. I just call
Um,
just call him Bling.
Blink.
Yeah.
You
Cause
call him Blink.
yeah, just call him
He
Bling.
got the wrist.
Yeah.
So, um, when I got in there, I saw him and I was like, again, thanks to Elder Ring, I was like, yeah, I could tell that I probably need because I hit him on the hand a couple times, didn't do shit. I thought I probably need to hit him on these fucking glowing wrists in the dark. So started
Alex,
doing
take
that.
notes.
it
Take notes.
was so that worked, whatever. His missed attack.
Oh, fuck
So
that thing, dude.
Isaiah was in the call with me,
Yeah.
and so I died to it before.
Yep.
This is before Isaiah was on the call, and I was like, okay, I just need to make sure I am way far back because that thing has more range than it look like it has.
Ooh, did he crawl up on you?
Yeah.
Yep. Yep.
So, but that's the thing. So when Isaiah was on the call, legit, I was like, his health was really low. It was like significantly low. This is probably like before the little, I guess, phase 2 where he pulls the sword out.
Mhm.
His health low. So he went to do it again. He sprinted forward,
Yep.
right? It's only so much room in that little area. He
Yep.
sprinted forward. So like my backup is against the wall. He goes to do the attack.
Yep.
So I'm like, okay, I need to run backwards. You run backwards, you fucking die to the darkness.
Mm-hmm.
If you run back too far?
Yes.
Yeah,
You
if you
just
get
die
too far
to
away from him, you just take care of
Yeah.
it.
So
Oh, I
okay,
didn't know that.
so
Hmm.
Isaiah said so like so it's only so much space in that room. If he comes to all right, if you just doing what you're supposed to, dodging whatever, and he makes a decision he wants to come too far up, you only got so much space between the wall and him if he comes too far up. If he
Yeah.
goes to do the breath attack,
Yeah.
you obviously if you're in front of him, you're gonna get hit. So I was like, okay, I need to run back some and to run backwards some so it doesn't hit me. The second you get back there, you're just dead for the
Hmm.
most part. You just die.
I know that.
And I was like, wait, so if he does that attack when I'm up against the wall and am I just dead? He was like, yep, you're just dead. I'm not gonna let you. And I was like, that's fucking stupid. He said,
It's
I
pretty bad.
know.
I think
Yeah,
yeah, that fight definitely is like designed kind of poorly because it's absolutely a DPS race.
yeah.
Like
Same.
hit
Oh,
hit the bling to knock him back to give yourself more room to run.
So he doesn't. If he does that breath
You
attack,
have space. Yeah,
then
it's not a good fight for sure.
then same situation again. I start beating his ass. I get him low. He does goes his little second phase shit. Why the fuck are the skeletons spawning? This is not.
Okay, come on.
I'm,
How are you gonna expect the giant skeleton man to not summon skeletons? Come on,
it's
come on.
yes, but it's like
You don't like
it's just
ads, yeah,
annoying.
yeah. It sucks.
To where like it's just so annoying. Where like at least so far all the fights I have had, the initial response to me being good at the game, or like just being or like being able to like combat the challenge I'm facing is like, yeah, we're gonna throw more enemies at you.
So I will say, my solution to the skeletons in that fight has always been to let the
Him kill
boss,
him.
yeah, because
That
he'll
what I was
smack the shit out of him.
that was my thing. That what I ended up going to the for him to be able to kill him.
Yeah.
But it's like,
Is it fun to fight
is
them?
that
No,
is that common? Is that just a common Dark Souls game? Like the initial sponsor of you beating something's ass is like more enemies spawn.
no.
See, I don't like, and then even with the
There are
uh
certain fights in DS1 and 2 where the boss will summon ads, and those fights generally aren't great.
well, okay, so it's not so much as like them summoning help, especially like it's and I don't know if there's something you can do here, but again, another Elden Ring reference. You can summon something too to help you.
Yeah.
I feel like if like either it should just be like you have something to help you too, or like
Oh,
nobody has anything.
yeah. You
I don't
can. I
know.
mean, you can summon players if you're playing
Yeah, no,
online.
but I mean like no, I'm talking about like
Oh well, then no,
ashes. Yeah,
no.
it's like
That's Elden Ring only.
yeah. So that's something like if I could have done that, it wouldn't have been as annoying. But I feel like you need summons more in here than you do in fucking Elden Ring for the amount of stuff that tries to jump you in a boss fight.
Um,
Because realistically,
I mean, I don't know. I don't have an answer for that. Like,
even the
maybe this game was the cause for
all this
the ashes to appear or like be a thing. If like they just scale
I
up.
wouldn't be surprised.
Well,
I'm
yeah,
not
but
gonna
like
lie.
I don't know if like we can apply the thinking backwards. You know what I mean?
Because like even the in the I think the chapel where you have to where you get the dog
Did you
from
get the doll?
the yeah, I got it.
How'd you like that fight?
Where you that's annoying too. It's the
Oh,
same thing.
that fight
That
absolutely sucks.
it's like I have to figure out which okay, I'm gonna be real. Thanks, Elden Ring. I just knew like okay, this the glowing
The
one is the
glowing
one I
one,
need to
yes, yeah.
yeah. So I don't know if I would have understood that if I didn't have knowledge from Elden Ring. I don't
I
know.
think you would. I think you would have figured
Maybe.
it out.
But like I was like, oh yeah, I need to kill this one that's fucking glowing. And but that one was just annoying too. It wasn't as bad. That's the fight that made me get the extra mana Estus.
Oh, okay.
So
FP.
yeah, the extra FP flask. So I know I said flask. I'm sorry.
You're fine.
Uh,
It's no, it's a
uh
flask. It is a flask.
oh
You are correct.
It is your Ashen Estus flask.
oh, I'm just calling him hell. I'm just calling him health and mana flask then.
That's fine. Yeah,
Bet.
yeah.
So I it was like I that what made me get that because that fight was like it wasn't so much as like they were hard to kill. It was just like it's so many of you surrounding this guy. Like let me I need something to help
Why is it
clear out
feeling
the
like
way.
Dark Souls 3
I don't
now?
I think
Or the
if
co-op mod probably.
I think if you're I think that fight specifically
To be fair,
the
you have gotten through probably the worst fights in the game. Deacons of the Deep, Crystal Sage, and the Abyss Watchers are the ones I think of the most when it comes to having ads or other enemies in the fights. I can't think of any others off the top of my head that have other enemies in them. There's one, but it's a gimmick fight, and I don't count it.
Okay.
I don't count it, and if you when you get there, I'll tell both of you guys how to get to like the two major optional areas. The one of the optional areas has a gimmick fight that has ads in it, but it's not. You can't equate them.
Okay.
But yeah, Abyss Watchers, Crystal Sage, and Deacons of the Deep and Bling Supreme are really the ones that have ads, and they're. I don't think the other bosses in the game have them.
Okay. See, that's my okay.
I
For
will say
that said,
there's one fight in the DLC where another enemy does show up, but it's also a boss. But the first
I
enemy
think
isn't that bad. He's like you beat his ass pretty well.
I'm gonna have to fight Frida, ain't
No. Oh yeah.
it?
Yeah.
The fact that I got that right,
Yeah, of
I
course.
was not. I was expecting to
Yeah,
get that
she's gonna
right.
kick your ass.
Oh shit!
She's gonna
What
beat
did
your
she drop?
shit.
What kind of weapon does she use?
I'm not telling you that.
Oh god.
See, it
Um,
doesn't. See, Feijan, that's the fun part. It doesn't matter that you know who you're fighting. It matters what they're using against you.
that why I said like you said I'm like I was just what to say. What that bitch hiding? What that
A
bitch? What
lot.
that bitch?
She got a lot.
Oh my god,
She's gonna
dude.
kick your shit. That fight's gonna be
Okay.
so much. I can't wait for both of you to get to that fight. That's gonna be fucking fun for me.
Um. Okay. That was gonna. So where was I at? Oh, so the reason I ended up using that, so I feel like I started using the mana. I got added to one mana fast, so I can be able to use that because it's literally just you spin, and if you
Yeah. Oh
hold
yeah.
your light trigger, it just goes around another twice. So it's real good for crowd control.
hmm
I feel like if you're using literally anything that doesn't have the ability to do crowd control, that fight is probably so fucking sucky for you.
No, it's not that bad.
Really?
No, because you just focus. So you can roll into all of those enemies and they like stumble. So
So I didn't know that. I
yeah,
was
well,
just
you know, I mean, you're not gonna notice it in the middle of the clusterfuck that is that fight, but like that helps. Just focusing the one enemy is probably the best way to go. And all those enemies, they don't do a lot of damage. Like they don't really hurt.
yeah.
They
So
don't hurt.
they did in my re- I didn't. I wish the roll thing probably would be useful to know because I was just running around in
Yeah.
circles around the around the little podium. Every time I just hitting the one I needed as much as I could before they all grouped up,
hmm
and then just looping around. That was my way to
I
handle it
will say a
was.
lot of weapons in their one-handed form absolutely have really wide swings, so that's always a good path to take.
Yeah, I think, but again, I feel like if it wasn't for my weapon choice, at least for me, or wasn't for the prior experience I had, all those fights would have fucking sucked. I mean, they sucked
Yeah.
still,
No, they still suck for
but
sure.
they would have sucked a whole lot more because it's
I
like,
don't think you're
what?
gonna get anyone to defend Crystal Sage. Crystal Sage, Walnir, or
Abyss Watcher is really fucking annoying. I'm not gonna lie.
you'll probably get a little bit more of the Abyss Watchers defense force because the Abyss Watchers are cool.
He's cool, but
Okay.
it's not just him as a whole that
You
I didn't
don't
like.
like the
It was
mechanics.
the whole process
Yeah.
of
Whole
having to get to
process.
him and then fight him through that whole process
Okay,
through
you'll
a whole
probably
process
get a
again.
little pushback on the getting to him because I mean, if you just run it, like if you figure
pretty
out
tough.
how to run, you won't take damage.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you can skip that a
maybe
lot
I
of
just
people.
sucked at it. Maybe I
No,
suck at
it's just it's not,
running.
you shouldn't have to is the problem. Like no one should defend the run to bosses because running to bosses through enemies sucks.
Yeah, it's
It's
like
not fun.
I feel like it's either like you have something there again, like you said, Elden Ring improved upon having America. Is either you have something there to where like you go back essentially back at the door, or either these enemies solely, if you kill them on the way to the boss Like if you're like right there in front of them, if you kill them, they don't respawn.
Yeah, it depends if they're unique enemies or not, which all the ones in front of the door are not unique.
Are not at
Yes.
all.
Yeah, that's the problem. All right, sorry, Alex, you're gonna say something, but I think I talked over you.
Oh, I didn't say anything.
Oh, you like the
That was a
preview of the entire zone in front of you?
I mean, I remember this.
Yeah, but do you like the preview I'm giving you of the entire zone?
I mean,
Now
just
you know
bring
where
back
everything
old
is.
I've done this part before, rolling off the whole thing.
Yeah, but
I've
everything
gotten
else, the boss. I showed you how to fight the boss.
I've already
Well,
fought that
boss,
boss before.
what did you fight? Well,
You
I
don't.
wasn't looking at it really.
The tree.
I
Oh.
got I feel like I got decently far in Dark Souls 3.
But no, the tree. Even I just thought about it. Even the tree had little ads that came on.
That's not that bad though. Those guys are
Yeah,
bitches.
yeah,
It's
they
fine.
suck.
They suck.
But like they suck. I'm not. But it was like now that you say that, even the tree had ads.
Yeah, but that fight, I don't count that. That shit's easy.
Yeah, it's easy, but it was like in my mind, I was like, oh, another one of these. Another one of these.
What do you mean
Because
another one of
originally,
these? It's the first one you encounter.
oh no, I did. I walked past him. Cause I could
Oh,
tell it was a. I could tell he was a boss, and I was like, I don't want to fight that big shit yet because I don't know what it does. I'm gonna see
what?
what this way first, and then I fought the knight in the cave, got the bonfire, went a little bit. I fought the abyss watcher before I fought him,
God damn.
and then I turned around and then I
I don't
fought
want
him.
to fight that. I don't know what that does. How the fuck you gonna know what it does unless you fight it?
Well, no, after beating the abyss watch, who the fuck is this?
You see?
I'm about to fight him.
Yeah,
Um.
you gotta go up the clock tower or the
Oh yeah, I'm gonna have to
elevator.
do that. Okay, yeah, I tried that. It won't let me up there. How do you get it to go up?
You
I don't
have
know if
to.
I was doing.
So, you step over the elevator to send it down, and there's another elevator platform that comes from the top.
Oh, so you step on it, run back,
Mm-hmm.
and then the other one. Okay, okay.
And
I
then
was
you
trying to
step
figure
on
out how to
that,
get
and
up
it
At the
goes
right
up.
time.
there. See, I'm glad. So I was trying to figure out how to get up there. I was like, where the fuck?
That's
Because I was
a
at.
that's a gimmick they use in some of the other Souls games.
Okay. So I saw these. I saw these two dudes by there and everything. I was like, what the fuck? But
Uh,
no.
you should be.
I'm about to try that when I get a chance. Well, probably once we stop pod. But yeah, even I was like, I went and fought the Abyss Watchers, and then I came back and I fought the tree. But by that, the reason I came back and fought him because like after fighting the Abyss Watchers, I felt like I could take on anything in that fucking game. So I was like, everything I saw that I avoided, I immediately went back and beat the same.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, that fight's not that hard for sure.
But oh, any
Alex, do
what's
you
the
have
next?
any thoughts? Because I feel like Feijun is the
I
one
feel
who
like I
has the.
tackled a lot. I'm
No, I
sorry.
think no. You and Alex have like are going to be my perspective through the entire game because I'm just too used to all this bullshit. I'm just too
What
used
about
to
you,
it.
Alex? Man,
I'm
what you got?
numb
Numb to the pain.
a little bit. But Alex, considering how far you've gotten, like, do you have any strong feelings about anything so far?
I mean, like you said, for me, this is just going back and just kind of doing what I did
Remembering.
before and just remembering. So, I mean, a lot of this doesn't really feel new to me.
Mm,
It just feels, like I said, like I just done it before. I'm, I don't have any gripes with it
okay. So far.
so far. I mean, the only gripes that really, what we already talked about earlier is like, yeah, we know that we're gonna have enemies around the corner. Things are not very well explained, stuff like that. But other than that, I mean, I just know it's Dark Souls.
Yeah.
I understand the expectation that
That's
going into
true.
this
Yeah,
game.
that's true. Like the words Dark Souls definitely like bring to mind a certain level of bullshit,
Yeah,
which I'm not a huge fan of, but like that's what the series is.
yeah. So I know it is I know what the series is as a whole.
Hmm.
So I already have a general and pretty solid set of expectations.
All right. Well, I mean, how what do you remember? Do you remember where you actually got to?
I remember this part actually very vividly. Like I remember all those guys dropping down and being like, "Oh fuck."
All the poop cages.
Yeah, all the fucking poop cage guys dropping down. I'm like, ew. I remember Onion Bro being up top there. I'm like, Onion Bro.
Yeah.
Let me go fight that one thing. And I remember being sad because the first time we fought him, he died. And
Oh
I
shit,
ran
really?
back.
Oh
Yeah.
fuck. That
The thing was, he
sucks.
got hit, and then he went flying off
Off
the
the
edge.
cliff, yeah. Oh man, I didn't even think about that could
And
happen.
I'm like, God damn it.
Yeah,
So I
that
reset it.
fucking sucks,
So
dude.
that's a very vivid memory in my mind. Like, having to deal with all these bitches and their fucking blood throws.
Yep. Also
Like, I
just
remember
being
this part
durable.
vividly.
Oh, I will say we should hang on just a little bit in this so that we can see a certain ring that Feijon definitely should go back and get because it's probably one of the best rings in the game.
Is it up
I,
here?
you'll see. You kind of got to do a little bit of platforming. It's after
Oh, is
I'm
the
about
one
to
on
pick
top of
up
all the roofs?
no, I'm about to pick up one ring, and then it's the one after this.
I
That
forget
ring
about
doesn't really matter.
where.
That's all right. Gotta go off here.
Oh, on the ledge of the thing here.
There we go on the tower. Then we got to make some drops. But basically, it's a ring that has been in. I think it's just been about like every single Souls game. It's just the issue with. I will say my issue with like the ring and talisman system in like all these games is that there are absolute winners and losers when it comes to rings.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That's
Like,
freaking.
no,
There's
the Chloranthy ring, godlike.
what does it do?
It increases stamina recovery speed.
See, I need that for my fucking heavy ass sword.
Well,
Um.
Feijan,
Dude,
even if you
where the
don't
roof thing?
use it, even if you don't use heavy weapons, it's a godlike ring.
Yeah, I remember that being really good.
And
There's
there's versions you find later on in the game that are like +1 and +2 that just make it better.
Oh.
It's just it's so good and
Do they
it'll
stack where the plus versions of them on top of the regular
I
versions, or
don't
no one
know.
stack them?
No, I know you can't do that in Elden.
I don't know,
I
but
doubt.
I will say like I don't think you should anyway because there's other absolute winners
Nah, I'm just keep tapping R1 to win.
like Havel's ring. Oh,
Uh,
Havel's ring is so good still.
is that the one that makes it hard to get knocked down?
No, Havel's ring is the one that raises your equip load
Oh yeah,
by
no,
a lot.
I need one that does that.
don't you have
That's
to kill Howl for that one?
No,
I be trying to drip out. I be trying to drip out, but fucking I
it's
can't.
DS1. I'll show you because you probably have. Have you eaten any of the boss souls?
I
Eaton?
think it's a ring.
Yeah, like
It's a ring in there that does equip your equipment load, and I can't figure out what I need. That it's saying I need additional items. Yeah, that one you got to the top left.
oh
That left one.
I'll show you.
I don't know. I probably did because I can't get that ring to save my life. I don't know what
I'll show
happened.
you. I'll show you where it is because you have gotten to the area where you would have access to it.
Okay.
Same with you, Alex. If you like want a specific thing, and are like if we talk about them here, and you're past a certain point, I'll absolutely show you where it is. But
I mean, if
I
I
won't
just
show
look
you
up,
beforehand.
I'm probably just gonna look at the list of the names of
How
the
dare
stuff and
you?
be like, oh, I remember that.
I can't believe you
Because for me,
looking up
yeah, I
lists.
want if I'm gonna continue through this, I want to go for like a theme build. So I want to see like what I want to build into.
Okay. I would just be careful with that.
Why?
Okay.
I mean, I'm not gonna spoil myself.
No, I know, but
Whoever,
like,
know.
exploring like stats and all that shit, oh,
I'm it's
we want it to be as natural as possible.
it's not natural for me because I've done it
Wanted to be
before.
natural, very
You haven't
natural.
beaten the game.
I don't
All
know.
right.
What did my achievements say? Steam.
How
I
did
don't
you
know.
both do that?
Do wait, what happened?
You both
What
went,
was my
all
achievements on
right.
Steam? Can't fight it.
Oh, it is what it is.
It is what it is.
All right.
Oh,
ah.
oh,
All right, I'm going to take that to mean that we're done.
yeah,
I think we've hit a good point.
that was good. I like that.
Oh,
That was
hold on,
good.
where's my Dark Souls 3 achievements here?
Feels good.
No,
To,
How did you just get some more achievements?
who?
You just got these achievements.
I beat the game multiple times, not on PC.
Oh shit, my ears are going
Oh,
Yeah. This is like my first time going through it on PC.
I like how in Dark Souls 3 store page for Steam it has Elden Ring Night Rain.
Yeah,
Get on it.
better be.
Where are my
So,
achievements?
Alrighty. Well, let's wait for Alex to get his achievements, and then we'll go from there.
Okay. Look at my achievements, Connor. You can tell how far I've gone. I've
Look at the. Just tell me.
defeated Aldrich, Devourer of Gods, Lord of Cinder.
Okay, is that the latest one?
Yes.
Is Yorm on there?
No.
Okay, well then you haven't hit the halfway point.
Okay.
damn. Who's this?
No, actually, that's not true. That's not true. That's probably. I'm just gonna ballpark it and say that's like the 50% mark of the base game. Yeah,
Yeah.
after you get to like the third Lord of Cinder is probably close enough to call it the halfway point.
Oh my
Oh.
god, I
Yeah.
remember this day because I stayed up till 6 in the morning.
Why did you stop there?
I don't know.
Yeah, like that's
It was
that's
February
that's
3rd,
deep.
2017.
Oh my god.
That's how long ago I played this.
I don't even I'm trying to think like why you would stop there because that's so much commitment already to get to Aldrich.
I don't know.
Yeah, well, you're gonna beat it now, and
Maybe
that's what
another
matters.
game came out around that time and just took my attention away.
2017? I mean, maybe. I wouldn't doubt it.
A lot of good games 2017.
Uh,
Yeah.
Like 2K 2017. No, I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
no,
Anyway, moving on.
pick good games.
Yeah, not garbage.
All right, all right.
All right. Well,
So,
I know the ending screen is busted still because I couldn't fix it without closing OBS. So we will just wave our goodbyes, and I'll end it on the transition screen. Goodbye. See you
Wait,
all
wait.
next. Oh, what?
Okay, continue.
I can end the
Finish the count.
stream. I can end the recording, Alex.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Well then, we will be. We're gonna try to do this every week on a Saturday. So it should either come up the next day or same day, depending.
yeah, I don't think
Maybe.
nobody here is a lunatic that says nothing crazy. Uh, so there's not any cutting that has to be done. I'm
Yeah.
pretty. Just drop it.
All right. Well then, I'll say, see y'all in a week or in 8 days. All right, everybody.
Mersh.
Everybody, wave, wave bye to the cameras, everyone.
Bye.